The name is Law Nation. As the room fill up, be sure to hit that like button, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. The biggest Cowboys roster decision to keep from breaking hearts. Is there a heart in the house tonight? Stand up. Let me know. Come on, if you understand what we going through, baby. Happy B-Day to you and you and you. Let's go. Mama said there'll be days just like this. Come on. Come on. Jay Versick. Come on. I see you, fam. Let's go. As the road fill up, be sure, and I mean just that, be sure to hit that like. Sharing is caring, by the way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Life like this, I wish raindrops would fall. Come on. Hey. Watch how that beat come in. What's up? All right, man. Y'all know I got nothing but love for you all. Appreciate you so much for jumping in. Let me know if the audio is straight, by the way. You know, as you guys continue to hit that like and share it, you know, with the hearts and everything. You know, that's just what it is. Y'all know how this go, man.
Zeus says, free from desire, you realize the mystery.
We in here.
In desire, you see only the manifestation.
Appreciate you, Jay Versick. Thank you for your support, man, and I really appreciate everybody, man. Let me let the 5 heartbeats sing something. You know, let me let them sing something.
I got nothing but love
for you, baby.
Got nothing but love for you, baby.
I do.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Got nothing but
love for you,
baby. Them boys good, baby. Them boys good. Appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for the love and adulations for the nation. And it is what it is. Appreciate you, Jay Worthy. Shout out to you, Jay Lombardi. Shout out to you, Jametta. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you all that's here. Curtis, thank you for jumping in. Stand up. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to you, Vincent. Shout out to you, Nobles, Royalty. Appreciate you so much. So we got to see how we can go down this line, go down this process of not breaking the hearts, right? And the hardest thing to talk about will be the salary cap, right? That's just the reality of it. You can't escape it. You got to figure out, do you move money here and spread it out over there in order for it not to hurt you down the long run, right? Or not to be part of the situation, whereas now you go back and look at it and you will say to yourself, man, we could have did it this way, but we did it that way. And it hurts longer. Sometimes you got to cut it before it is available, for it to be even. Say, shout out to you again, Jay Versick. He says, Law, are the Eagles fans still crying today? Let me check and say, let me check in on the Eagles fan right quick. Woo! Hush your mouth over there.
Bruh.
And they still crying over there, man. Somebody got a broken heart over there, man. Oh my goodness, man. Y'all check in on those boys over there, man, because it's just painful for them. You know what I'm saying? To just keep everything copacetic, you know. But it is what it is. I heard excuses upon excuses, right? You know, and just to talk about them just a little bit more. Appreciate you, Jay Versick. Just to talk about them a little bit more. I heard that they blaming the field now. It's the field fault. You know what I'm saying? It's the wind fault. It is absolutely the problem with the Eagles now. It was because of the aficionados' fault. It's everybody. They crying. Let me see. Take them again. They still cry, man. But, you know, it is what it is. Cry, Eagles, cry to the land of miseries. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. With that being said, we got some tears of our own, right? And the Cowboys, we got to figure out things on how we become better than what we were last season. I need to know right now, were we a better team than the previous year? Were the 2022 Cowboys better than the 2021 team? Yes or no? Were we better? Let me see in the chat. I'm going to poll y'all. You know, let me see in the chat how y'all feel. Were we a better team than what we were the previous year? I need to know. I want to know. I got to know. All right, so Jay Versus said, bro, I'm crying. Yes, indeed. So, yes, most definitely. Okay, good. There was areas of improvement, right? We were a better team than what we were the previous year. And the name of the game is getting better year to year. And now we got to look into the aspect of how can we become better than what we were last year. And in order for us to do that, because we all got broken hearts over here, unless you're Kansas City. And this is the only time I'm wearing red right now. You know what I'm saying? Normally, Law is decked out in blue, right? And some type of silver. But I got silver still in my wardrobe here. You know, I still got a little silver. But in the month of love, we're going to have to go overcome all of this with a little red, right? Appreciate it. Nobles says, penalties. We didn't have a lot of penalties, right? So we became better than what we were the previous year. Now, let me put this out there as far as options. Let's play a little game of would you prefer. Because I listen to Jerry. I do. Shout out to Jerry Wayne Jones. And I'm listening to the recruiter, Michael Parsons. There's a video going around saying, hey, he don't know what happened with the wide receiver situation. I mean, you got to pay money, coins, remunerations for that wide receiver. And that wide receiver was Amari Cooper. They was $20 million apart from each other, right? Now, Amari Cooper literally said that he would be willing to take a pay cut or spread out his contract, but we knew that there was something personal with Amari Cooper, right? Because anybody else, you would at least sit down and say, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about this. Now, I'm getting mixed reviews from my comment section because you guys are like, you know, the telltale sign of where this team is going. A third of you guys said that Amari Cooper gave up on a lot of games, right? Another piece of Cowboy fan base was saying that he always was injured, right? And somebody said that it was too much money for Amari Cooper, right? But the players, from my perspective, think differently. Let's listen to one of these guys. I think I got it right here. Let's see if I can find it in my trough of videos. You know what I mean? Let's see if I can find it right here.
And
here we go.
Everyone else wants a receiver. Might as well get a receiver too. Like the money, like you got to spend the money. Like why not spend it? Like
With Amari Cooper getting traded last year, and then we saw what happened with the receiver market. Was there any talk in the locker room like, why Why'd we move Amari? $20 million's nothing. You got guys kissing $30 million now.
I still don't understand the Amari situation, and I ain't asking enough questions to figure out what was going on and why that happened. But I love Coop, and I love what he brung. Hopefully we get somebody his caliber again. You know, he's a man. I don't understand.
Now listen to Jerry.
Talking about was when I look at the salary that was involved there, over $20 million a year, and I look at what we got with that salary to help this team, that we wouldn't have been able to have on this team had we kept it. I like what we did.
Now, he said he liked what we did, right? Robert Howard says, Law, when Jerry Jones gave away Amari Cooper, he gave away the Super Bowl. And let's play this game. And I appreciate you, Robert. We're going to keep that comment and that super chat right there, and I appreciate you, man.
When you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud, too.
You do. You got to deal with the mud, too.
Fatality.
Let me just play this one. That's all hearts being broken. Because when I do the poll and I go over and over again under the comments of the people literally are saying that, hey, the dude was always injured. He always checked out of games, right? He was not good on the road. And then I extrapolate all of that information that you guys said. And I look back at what Jerry Wayne Jones had to say with the $20 million. And I'm looking at it like this. Let's play this game. Would you rather have, this the game, and Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, maybe, just maybe, you keep Noah Brown on the field. Juxtapose or versus what we had last year, right? CeeDee Lamb, CeeDee Lamb, Noah Brown, and a hobbled Michael Gallup. Because when you go back and look at it, the $20 million, I see it right in the face. $11 million went to Dalton Schultz out of the $20 million that you was going to pay. And a close to about $13 million went to Michael Gallup. Now, granted, I'm not finna SHIT on Michael Gallup, but what I'm saying is you had to know that Michael Gallup coming off of an ACL tear, would he been a better option than Amari Cooper? And while Amari Cooper been here and Michael Gallup been here at the same time, Michael Gallup been hurt more and disappeared more than, dare I say, Amari Cooper. Because Amari Cooper only got hurt, I believe, in the year 2019. He was hobbled a little bit, but he played all of 2020. He played all of 2021. And yes, he played through injuries, but he never missed the amount of games that Michael Gallup missed. And Michael Gallup been missing games ever since he played for the Cowboys. He never completed a full season. And he was always considered the third option, never the second, and never the first. So at least even if CeeDee Lamb had to take his leap in growth, it was going to happen anyway in his third year. But what most people wanted, they wanted a veteran CeeDee Lamb in his second year because they was looking at what Jay Jetta was doing, right? What's that kid name? What's his name? Over there in Minnesota's land, right? I forgot his name just that quick. But Jay Jetta, what's his real name? I forgot. God dog. But that's what they was looking for. They were looking for those results, but it's not the same recipe. Jefferson, thank you. I'm getting old, man. I'm in my 40s over here. I'm getting old, and my mind's slipping me. I need to eat some more, some berries over here. They wanted a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, right? So they wanted that Justin Jefferson. They wanted that Jamar Chase out of CeeDee Lamb. And I come to tell y'all that not all things are equal. Not all things are created equal. Why? Because you got different offenses too. And Kellen Moore's system is never no big eyes or no little U's. Everyone is the same. It's the system. It's not player over system. It's the system. Now, granted, Gallup only good year was 2019, right? So we mortgaged or put $60 million, and I'm not putting shade at my guy. I like Gallup. But what most people say in the comments is that, hey, even the year prior when we had Amari Cooper against the 49ers, we lost that game, Law. But when I look back at the tape, I also see with my natural eyes, Amari Cooper scored a touchdown. And I think that the growth aspect of even CeeDee Lamb, I can look back at this and say that, man, dog, we could have been a plus touchdown this last playoff game, right? We could have been a plus touchdown in the last playoff game if you have an Amari Cooper and a CeeDee Lamb. And if you focus in and concentrate on targeting CeeDee more like you did in this past game, then just maybe, because what happened the previous year in 2021, CeeDee Lamb only caught one ball, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm saying is that we have to figure out a way to utilize our weapons. Now, that's water under the bridge. But I agree with Michael Gallup. We need to get another Amari Cooper type of wide receiver in the building. Now, I don't think that he was taking a dump on my guy, CeeDee Lamb. I don't think he was. But I think that he was collectively looking at the landscape around the NFL. Like, y'all can say what y'all want about Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts had his best year this past season. Why? He had two dogs on the outside. I promise you, I don't think that Jalen Hurts would have the type of season, or the Eagles in general would have the type of season if they went into this year or this past season now with this right here in mind. Hear me out. A Jalen Reagor and Devontae Smith. Let me know if you can objectively look at that and say, yeah, man, they would have had the same year, dog. They would have, no. They wouldn't have had the same year. They wouldn't have had the same year. And the projections of Devontae Smith, he's a true number one wide receiver in his league. He's not a 2, not a 3. He's going to go into being a number one wide receiver. And we all know that A.J. Brown, he's a number one wide receiver. He's a number one. And as much as people may want to hate on what I'm saying, those are facts. Facts over feelings. Right? So if the name of the game is getting better in every category, it's just that. Because what can sneakily happen to us is the Washington team, if they fool around and get their stuff together, Jahan Dotson, I'm quite sure eventually he's going to be a solid 1 or a solid 2. He's on his way. And you already know what Terry McLaurin is, right? He's a solid 1. So those boys are elevating. The Giants, you know, they don't have a number one. They was out there with 2s and 3s too. They were. They managed to get to the playoff, but it wasn't enough. And one can argue, was it the quarterback? Was it the wide receivers? I've seen moments where wide receivers turn Parkway. You know, I can only imagine if Jones would have had and I'm talking about Daniel Jones, if he would have had an A.J. Brown, maybe they would have had a more of a puncher's chance, a fighter chance in some of these games. Travis Banks, appreciate you. Tavis Banks, appreciate you, dog. What will the Jones do? Yeah. I don't know what the Joneses would do, fam. I definitely don't know. I mean, we can look back at this and we can start talking about ways of extending the money. But there's an article out there that we're going to go over, and I appreciate you so much, dog. Appreciate you. Let's go over this article. to dive into this a little bit more of what we did in the past, because these are the things that we have to settle down and talk about. We're going to have to talk about these things. Should the Cowboys pay Trayvon Diggs this offseason? Decision come with risk, rewards. That's the question right there. What will the Jones family do? And when we look back at this, shout out to you, man. It's complicated. One single reason cannot be cited as to why the Cowboys sat on the couch Sunday with 29 other franchises pretty much. During the 15-second Tubi TV commercial, let me see if we go right here. Here we go. This is where I want to read at. I'm paraphrasing. Months before Coach Mike McCarthy was hired, the Cowboys proactively reached out to a long-term contract extension with these set of guys: Jalen Smith, La'el Collins, and running back Ezekiel Elliott. Those deals age worse than a bag of spinach. This offseason, the Cowboys must decide whether to get back on the horse with Trayvon Diggs, okay? And then we're going to paraphrase. We're going to go all the way down here. Smith signed a 5-year, $63 million deal, and he was released 4 games into the year 2020, I meant to say. Collins signed a 5-year deal, $50 million deal. You remember that? And he missed all of 2020 with a hip injury. And he came back the following year overweight. You remember that? Who remember that? So these 2 contracts, ladies and gentlemen, what were the death of the Cowboys collectively? Jalen Smith contract and big La'el Collins contract. And then when we had somebody emerging like a Terrence Steele, we went and played the politic game, right? We played political football. And when we played political football, obviously, it was clear to us that La'el Collins aged real bad, like that spinach that they was talking about. And what I'm trying to say here, ladies and gentlemen, is that those 2 contracts was a thorn on our side. Hey, this is from Alex, man. Appreciate you so much for your super chat. Getting a speedy wide receiver and a dual threat back will make this offense burn. Yeah. Anybody, meaning that we would take the top off the defenses, etc. But going back to this right here, and I'm going to go over that too, about what we need to do to make the correction so that we won't have these heartaches right here. Smith and Collins combined $6.8 million, $5.2 million against the cap for 2022 last season, respectfully. Ezekiel Elliott averaged 3.8 yards, less carries pretty much, and also 2.3 yards in the 2 playoff games. So he averaged 3.8 yards for the season and 2.3 yards in the playoffs. And let's go down to here. Now our situation would be, what should we do with Terrence Steele? What should we do with my guy CeeDee Lamb? What should we do with also my guy Ezekiel Elliott and Trayvon Diggs? That's not on this list right here, as far as this article by Michael Gelkin. By the way, shout out to Michael Gelkin for this report. So we went over this article, and it's important to us to know that this dude right here, Jerry Jones, with those horrible contracts, matter of fact, we were paying for La'el Collins and Jalen Smith last year. Horrible contracts. And people think just because they go to other teams that you're no longer accountable for the money that you have to pay them. No, you still have to pay them. So for those who are saying that, hey, Law, the reason why the Eagles went and got multiple guys because they had a quarterback under their rookie's contract. No, that wasn't the case nor the scenario. They still had to pay dead money for Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz moved to 2 teams. So it's about, how do you fix the problem? How do you see the things that's going bad and making sure that you don't repeat the same issues over and over again? And what is the levels of insanity? Can somebody put that definition down in the chat for you, boy? Right? Let me just go ahead and say this. Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You see, the problem is we got guys who are not financial guys, because just because you make a lot of money don't mean that you know how to manage your money. And I'm not an ant trying to tell bees how to make honey. I'm not saying that. But just because you at a big spot in a role with an organization and franchise, we can clearly see with our natural eyes the Cowboys burn themselves with the way of the language of the contract. So many people will be hitting me up saying, Lord, well, why don't you give that much heat to Dak Prescott? Well, here's the truth. For Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, you can't do nothing with them because they got these big contracts plus a no trade clause. If you didn't have the trade clause on the contract, you literally could be shopping those boys and seeing down the line on what you can do to improve your team. I'm quite sure the Jets may be looking at it saying, hey, I would give you 2 first-round picks for Dak Prescott right about now. I would leverage and mortgage my future for that. The Colts may do the same thing. The Saints may look at it and say, all right, we'll go player for player. You know, we'll give you Marshawn Lattimore, right? We will make sure things can work out for that. But those options are not even on the table. So I can't give y'all fluff fantasy talk like the ESPNs and the NFL Network saying, hey, the Cowboys should trade. I'm not finna sensationalize this to that point or to that degree. What I'm telling y'all right now is those contracts are locked in. And the only way you can get out of those contracts is if you do hard cuts and eat the losses. And the Cowboys, we've seen that happen with Jalen Smith. And his contract wasn't that massive, but $63 million, you might as well say you shot yourself in the foot, because we could have got one quality player with that $63 million. And with La'el Collins, that big old contract of $50-something million, if you wanted to tie loose ends up with him, you should have leveraged that before the draft, right? You had no reasons to cut the man before the draft. You had no reason. Because you had a chance and an opportunity to wait after the draft. The draft is way before June. And you could have held the Cincinnati Bengals' feet to the fire and said, okay, if you want my guy, Big La'el, to help solidify your quarterback who's already in the Hall of Fame, right? Joe Burrow's already in the Hall of Fame, and you need a better offensive tackle. Well, we want at least a 3rd-round draft pick. Can anybody out-debate me with that? We at least want a 2nd-round draft pick. Can anybody, dare I say, out-debate me on that? But what we did was, hey, we cut the man and designated him and said that what we was going to do with the $10 million, we went and signed some guys. We cut Amari Cooper. We brought in James Washington with that money. Y'all see what I'm going with? We leveraged and said we'll pay Dorrance Armstrong, not even to a long-term contract. Now we already, baby, in a contract year back with Dorrance Armstrong. We back at the drawing boards. Y'all see what I'm saying? We back at the drawing boards now with Dalton Schultz. Don't let temporary emotions formulate long-term decisions for you. And the Cowboys been buried with that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Shout out to my girl, Hope. You know, yeah, she said Joe Burrow is not already in the Hall of Fame, Hope. But, you know, I'm sarcastically speaking, though. But you get what I'm saying with that, right? I'm sarcastically speaking, though. You know, we talk about decisions. And we talk about these things that come back to bite us into you know what. JB said, I'm pretty sure we still paying for Prime. Yeah. We are. We are in some shape, form, or fashion. Right. All right, so let's listen to some of this audio for 105. I think they do a great job. They don't do a good job. They do a great job over there. And my guy Bobby Belt, man, extra piece to that brand over there. They're doing a phenomenal job. Let's listen to what they say. And shout out to James Washington.
We call that in the biz. And so they have a few decisions to make on some of these contracts. We've already heard some of the discussion about they could potentially extend Dak Prescott. That could lower his cap figure, save them some money. But a lot of the ways that you would go about saving money are either.
Oh, I forgot to do that poll, y'all. Y'all bear with me. I need to know y'all thoughts on this. Hold on. And let me get this away right quick before I play this audio. I thank everybody. Do me a huge favor. Hit that like button, share this content, and let a friend or a neighbor know where to go. I need to see some hearts, man, some likes in this channel right quick. Give me 1 second here. And much love to you all. Much love to you all. For real. Here's my thoughts. I forgot to poll you guys. Would you rather have, hear me out, Amari Cooper, right? Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb and Noah Brown versus, and y'all can put the initials in there, of what we had last year. Because I think that even though, and hear me out, Dalton Schultz, he showed up in that playoff game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But would you rather seen Jake Ferguson and Peyton Hendershot last season, those two tight ends? You know, would you rather see that? Law, so-called Cowboy fans forgot the times between Troy Aikman and Tony Romo. We went through 18 quarterbacks. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, dog. And I think what Robert is saying, and I know you can't put toothpaste back into the tube. I know that this is all water under the bridge. I get all of that. But that $20 million, like what old boy said, I mean, dog, you could have did other things with it. You know, let me see if I can play this once again.
And everyone else wants a receiver, might as well get a receiver too. Like the money, like you got to spend the money. Like why not spend it? Like
With Amari Cooper getting traded last year, and then we saw what happened with the receiver market. Was there any talk in the locker room like, why'd we move Amari? $20 million is nothing. You got guys kissing $30 million now.
I still don't understand the Amari situation, and I ain't asking enough questions to figure out what was going on and why that happened. But I love Coop, and I love what he brung. Hopefully we get someone his caliber again. You know, he's a man. I don't understand.
So that's just what it is. All right. So now that we can go back to it, I see a lot of people are preferring that situation. A matter of fact, I'm greedy. I would literally prefer this lineup, believe it or not. Shank me with the butter knife if you don't like me with this statement here. But I would have preferred a way to have Cedric Wilson over Noah Brown. I would have preferred to have CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, and Cedric Wilson, right? And going into this past season, right? And I would prefer to have that versus James Washington. I would prefer to have that even drafting the Jalen Tolbert. So Jalen Tolbert right now, based upon the information that was given to us this season about option routes and stop routes and all of the things of trying to learn and pick up that playbook, I'm going to, for now, because it takes literally 3 years to grade a draft pick, I'm going to count this first year as a mulligan. And I appreciate you, Robert. I'm going to count this as a mulligan because of all of the crazy stuff that he had to do. But his leash for the 2023 season is this short. It's this short. And Simi Fehoko, we need to see what he can bring to the table. There should be some type of multiple games where he can at least catch 2 passes, right? Simi Fehoko. There should be no leash for him. No leash at all. Unleash Simi Fehoko. Gary Stokes, go call him a bus. No, I don't want to do the man like that, man. I don't want to do the man like that. Only reason why I'm giving him a little grace and mercy is because of the style and brand of this offense. Right. But I do like, let me see if I got this right here, Dan. I don't want to hear you no more, Jerry. Not right now. But I do like what Big Mike McCarthy said about schemes and stuff like that and player over system. Let's listen to this before I hit play on the 105.
I've always felt that there's times, and every coach is guilty of it, where you talk about the scheme, this our offensive system. This player has to do this, and this. And the system to me isn't worth anything if any player can't fit in your system. You have to have a system that utilizes any talent, any player that becomes available to you. If not, you're not maximizing your resources. So I think that's a very basic general approach that we've all could be guilty of. Don't think of plays, think of players. And that's something Marty Schottenheimer taught me as a young coach, and I never get too far away from that.
So that's just what it is, man. Let's go. Let's listen to this audio now.
Obviously, pre-June 1st releases.
Oh, my bad. That wasn't recently. That was when he came off of the Super Bowl win. That was the year 2011. I think they went 15-1. It went 15-1. What year they won the Super Bowl in Green Bay? It was 2010, right? And then the next year they went 15-1. That was that year that he did that particular interview. Everything was good over there at that time at Green Bay.
Pre-June 1st releases and trades, post-June 1 releases and trades, and then restructures, which is basically taking their bonus, taking their guaranteed money left on it, turning it into a signing bonus, and then when you turn it into a signing bonus, you're allowed to spread that out equally over the remaining years of the cap. So, for instance, if you have $40 million in guaranteed money left over, then what you can do is, okay, we're going to turn your $40 million into a signing bonus. And then that hit all of a sudden becomes $10 million over each of the next 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's one of the ways that you can kind of do a accounting trick. But the biggest, you always want to take a look and identify the guys who are the biggest cap savings as pre-June 1 releases. Because if you do it post-June 1st, which I know we got a text earlier on the fan text asking about why June 1 matters. Like, what is the difference? June 1st, basically, if you wait till June 1st to do it, or you can cut them before that and just designate it as June 1st, then it splits the cap hit between this year and next year. So if you've got to take on $20 million in dead money and you wait till June 1st, you're only taking on $10 million on this year's cap, $10 million on next year's.
Thank God you've been added to the show. I mean, I usually rely on RJ for this. I hate this stuff.
It's great.
The cap? Oh, it's awful.
I hate this.
So the pre-June one.
By the way, the worst is the NBA cap, right? We all agree on that one?
Probably,
Figuring that thing out?
Yeah, that's a pain. The pre-June 1 releases are always the best because you don't have to worry about the accounting of, okay, we can just save money now. We get it now before June 1st. We don't have to worry about kicking anything down the road to next year and having that sit on our contracts like they do with Lyle Collins. They're carrying a Lyle Collins charge right now under the cap.
Under the cap.
So those are always the best. So the biggest savings you can get from a pre-June 1 release is Tyron Smith. If you were to cut Tyron Smith, you save $9.5 million.
Ooh.
That's more than you save by any other two players cutting them combined.
And it sounds like, I was thinking Tyron may step away. It sounds like he wants to come back.
Yeah, now listen, this is my thought is, this is like a perception. And I know they've moved on from guys like D. Ware and Romo. But the Cowboys seem to be, again, just from the outside, they seem to be a team that is, I don't want to say scared to cut a player who could still play, even though it's not like they don't subscribe to the year early Bill Belichick move of player, right?
Right.
And you should this team drafts well enough where I don't think they need to be scared of moving away from a good player.
Now, that's a good observation. I'm going to talk about that. Perez says, appreciate you for your support, too, by the way. I believe, for the $4.99 super chat, I believe Amari Cooper trade was a blessing in disguise. Now people are putting pressure on the front office for their off-season bull sugar. Yeah, you're right. My thing is sometimes a knock in the mouth and leaving you with the raggedy tooth could be a blessing in disguise, right? Sometimes a cavity can let you know, hey, I need to stay away and stop eating sugary substance, right? So sometimes those things can be a blessing in disguise. My thing is, with all of that, the Cowboys should look at this, and I think collectively, listening to what y'all have to say, is we don't want the Cowboys to go extreme in the free agency. We just want you guys to do a little bit and not go out there and looking for the TJ Maxx, the Marshalls, the Burlington Coat Factory places, right? We want you to at least attempt to get one or two dogs. You don't have to get all of the dogs, just one or two. And we ain't talking about a James Washington. We just need for the Cowboys to do one or two things. Just one or two. Maybe a good dominant guy on the defensive side of the coin, and then you can continue to draft around that, and one dominant guy on the offensive side of the coin, right? So that is what we believe collectively that will benefit this team. Now, I read somebody comment said, what about Derek Carr? I think that Derek Carr, brilliant quarterback, by the way, unique quarterback, strong arm, can make the throws or what have you, but his price tag and his price point is just way too high at this time. And you got a quarterback like Dak Prescott on the roster already. So you can't make that move. That's fantasy football talk. And on top of that, to me, I would prefer to have Dak Prescott over Carr for these reasonings. We just seen Carr with one of the better wide receivers in the National Football League, right? Devontae Adams, there's no other wide receiver better than him. And, of course, they had for a spell Waller over there and a whole bunch of other cast of characters over there. And the best running back in the National Football League. Let me know that they make it to the playoff last season, right? So, and what year did they make it to the playoffs? You know, people look at the Raiders and say they've never been loaded, but they were loaded, right? But I look at it like this. I get it. A lot of people just want to move on because they want to move on's sake. But the problem will still exist here because we can clearly look back at this team and see the same issues for more than 10 years, for more than 15 years, for more than 20 years, right? So it's the same issue. You just rearranging the furniture on the Titanic. So until the front office makes some necessary movements, we'll be talking about the same thing. Because Derek Carr had Amari Cooper. He didn't do anything with Amari Cooper, right? Didn't Derek Carr? Let me know in the chat. Did Amari Cooper had a better season with Derek Carr or Dak Prescott? I need to know. I want to know. I believe he had a better season with Dak Prescott. So I get it, but a lot of people look at it and say, all right, go get this quarterback and make things happen. The quarterback situation is unmovable. It's office furniture. So now you got to start planning around it. Those are the facts, baby. Unless you want to eat $89 million. And Carr had a no-trade clause on his contract. So that's why it forced the Raiders to release him versus trade him. Because right now, if he didn't have a no-trade clause in his contract, maybe the Jets, maybe the Colts, maybe the Saints. But now he can pick his own team now. Maybe he go to Seattle land. Why he go to Seattle? Because I think that Seattle is at odds of paying. Oh boy, his market value. Geno Smith. Why is Geno Smith market value is $39 million? Let me tell y'all about that. You get paid off of your production, not about your win nor loss records. Unfortunately, you get paid off of the stuff that you present and generate. That's just bottom line. I wish it was another way, but that's just how it goes, ladies and gentlemen. So while y'all probably be in your feelings, but that's just how it goes, man. It's not, law, man, you're wrong. No, that's just the facts of it. That's just it. That's just what it is. That's the value. That's just what it is, ladies and gentlemen. So if Geno Smith is $39.3 million, and when you look at it and you say to yourself the market value, that's the floor. 9 times out of 10, looking back at the ratio, teams tend to, according to the stats and the accolades or what have you, pay north of that price. They pay $4 to $5 million average north of that price. So that's just his base right there. So if the Seattle say, no, they don't want or they not willing to pay that, then he can be on the streets right now, right? And lose him to the free agency market, right? And maybe they can get a comp pick in return. But that's just how the market works. So when people say, well, Dak, he's not a $40 million quarterback. That's what the market. Now, the only thing is we didn't get a chance to see him on the open market because of the what? The tags. They cap it with the tags. That's financials 101. Financial 101. And the communities in certain parts of Dallas, you can look at that house and say, man, that house ain't worth $500,000 for those real estate agents out there. They say, hey, man, we got to go buy comps. You know what I'm saying? It got 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. It's $500,000. Let some rascal sell that house for $250,000. You're going to have a riot within that neighborhood. What you mean that house selling for $250,000 or $150,000? That's below value. It's going to bring down everybody else's value. That's marketing 101. And the quarterback market is the exact same way. Y'all may not like financials, but that is the reality of it. We dealing with finances right now. Money, remuneration. So you got to understand the market value. As long as my beard isn't as white as my teeth, I'm telling y'all the truth. It make my teeth white, though, by the way, when I tell y'all the truth. It don't. That's just the reality of it. I would have yellow teeth if I was lying to y'all. That's the truth. Let's listen to more of this audio.
They're so enamored with talent and moving away from good players.
Didn't they do that last year, though?
They did.
They moved away from Lyle. They moved away from Randy. They moved away from Amari.
Okay. Well, they traded. Okay. But Randy and Lyle, they were not like. I'm not talking about like really good players.
Randy, they wanted to keep. And I think Randy and Lyle were both really good players when they were on the field. They were healthy and everything.
Yeah, I'm talking more like this is a mainstay player.
Yeah, I mean, they got ahead of Dez a little bit.
Is Tyron even a good player? Let's answer that first.
Occasionally.
I'm fine with Tyron Smith being gone.
I am too. I think it's $9 million. Save it. Just go ahead and rip the Band-Aid. Now, if you wait till June 1st, you can save an extra $4 million. I don't think the $4 million is worth delaying getting that access to those funds. The next biggest cap savings you can get pre-June 1 is Ezekiel Elliott. If you cut him, that's $4.8 million. If you wait till June 1st, you can more than double it, and it becomes 10.9.
Peace.
Pre-June 1 or post-June 1? I might June 1 him. Get me $10 million flexibility that I can then roll over into next year.
And why would I not want to do that versus the $4 million?
Appreciate you, man. Let's talk about this. Erica says can't have winning seasons / Super Bowl champs if you continue to buying Family Dollar parts to fix $1 million problems. Oh, wow. And that goes back to the statement that I believe we all are making. We all are making these statements of, we're not saying mortgage the future. We're saying 1 or 2 guys, right? And sometimes volume. It's easier for me to sell, if I'm a salesman, right, to sell multiples, package, bundle packages. If I bundle a package, I can literally say, well, I got you Dalton Schultz, I got you Dorrance Armstrong, I got you a situation with LVE. We read him up. We got you a Dante Fowler. We got you as well, Anthony Barr. We got you a T.Y. Hilton, right? We got you multiple packages. But if you package all of those guys together and get you a legitimate dog like a DJ Moore, would you prefer to have that? Would you rather have a DJ Moore versus those packages of all guys, right? You drafted Sam Williams, right? And granted, Dorrance Armstrong had a phenomenal year. But to me, if they're equal and they're young, go with the young talent, right? Go give me a Sam Williams. Let him play the full year. You know what I'm saying? Versus playing a Dorrance Armstrong. The upside of that, I drafted him in the second round, right? And granted, yes, Jalen Tolbert may have fell flat on his face. But if I drafted him that early in the third round, dog, we finna pull that Band-Aid off. You gonna get thrown to the wolves now. You going through that growing pains. Hey, I don't know the play, so I drafted you early. You going through it now. If you want to develop the youth, right? So now we don't know. We still don't have a proper and real evaluation of Jalen Tolbert nor Simi Fehoko. We definitely don't know who we got out of Kelvin Joseph because we never ripped the Band-Aid off on him. And we only gave him a teaspoon of reps, so it's hard to do the evaluation of even Kelvin Joseph. Now it's a contract year for him. Well, what you should do now? That's a wasted pick now. You can't even showcase that to other teams. Law with the same roster with San Francisco head coach being the Super Bowl with a healthy Dak. That's I think that, and I talked to my brother multiple times about this. He head and shoulder think that Dak Prescott would have been the better quarterback on their team. But he's a 49er fan. And that is an area whereas we need to see Dak in we need to see Dak in a system, right? We need to see him in a system. There's no other way I can explain it. But I'm quite sure that the Niners probably would have beaten. And then I know people going to say, nah, Law, they jumped up real quick on those 49ers, real quick, the Eagles versus 49ers. But I think that they were still testing the feet and everything. And if Purdy, it would have been more of a challenge in that game if he was healthy that entire game, right? But I'm not finna give them bevies of excuses. They lost. The Eagles made it to the Super Bowl. Shout out, kudos and credence to them, right? I would have still been wanting the AFC to win because I couldn't stand both of those teams. I can't stand the Niners nor the Eagles. But I'm quite sure that they probably would have did something even with Purdy. Purdy probably would have made it to the Super Bowl if he didn't get hurt, right? But we don't know. That's the area of the unknown. Yes, Alfredo says, what's wrong? You need more help with Dak. Yeah, you continue to do that. You continue to put more help, right? Here's the truth of it all. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin is saying that, hey, look at Pat Mahomes, look at Pat Mahomes. There's only one Pat Mahomes. If we would have had Pat Mahomes, it's only one Pat Mahomes. I think 31 other teams are saying the same thing. Man, dog, if we could find a Pat Mahomes, right? But it's not just Pat Mahomes, ladies and gentlemen. It goes all the way back. Goes all the way back to coaching of what even Coach Marv is saying in his statement. They schemed those touchdowns for Pat Mahomes in that Super Bowl. Those wide receivers were so wide open, they could have had me running that route. Y'all seen Slay, he was going to the other side. I'm in my 40s. I know I don't run a 4.4 anymore, but I know for sure I didn't need to run a 4.4 to catch that touchdown pass. Yes or no? Were there any talent needed for that wide receiver? I want to do a poll right now. Were there any talent needed for that wide receiver to catch that touchdown? Or was that all scheme? Let me know right now. I need to know, man. For those, now, if you didn't watch the game, if you highlight watch, I ain't talking to you. Were there any talent needed from the wide receiver or the quarterback to score that touchdown? Boy, we got some people that know some football in here, baby. And those are the things that we don't get privy to see over here in Dallas land. I think, let me see. I think my guy right here, James Simmons, could have threw that touchdown. He could have threw that touchdown against the Eagles. Did y'all see that touchdown play? Did y'all see Slay was going way to the other side of the field? Stephen Wonder was seeing better than him. Slay was like, oh, no. Guys, get what I'm saying? So when we talk about these things, ladies and gentlemen, they don't happen over here in the last 4 years under Kellen Moore. And I can literally say that type of play don't exist in Dallas since 2007. We didn't have those type of plays. And if we did, we would see it one time and it will go away for 4 or 5 weeks. So coaching do matter. Look, there's clips out there with Tyreek Hill. He literally said, now this was before he got traded to the Dolphins or what have you. And trust me, the Chiefs finna collect. Can somebody put that down? Can somebody put that down in the chat? How much the Dolphins gave up to trade for Tyreek Hill? Somebody put that in the chat. And let me see, somebody put that down. Oh my God, Michael right here. Oh, no schemes, all curl routes. I bet you my bottom dollar Slay would have loved that wide receiver to run a curl or a hook or just a generic fade ball, right? Whereas he can squeeze and he can use the boundary as his friend. But by them running schemes, ladies and gentlemen, it keeps the opposition on their heel. What they do to get that trade. Shout out to you, Hope. I love you. Appreciate you so much. Yeah. Man, y'all are on point today. Those two, look at my guy Beard said in the comment box. Those 2 touchdowns was beautiful. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. Do 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 do. Reggie. Oh yeah, Action Powwow. Appreciate you. Ooh. Law, it was 2 plays like then. 1 on each side. And 2nd and 2 for all Dallas Cowboys. What we came up with was options in the middle of the field where traffic is at. And I'm going to say once again, Dak Prescott, he had no business throwing that ball right there. Right? He had no business throwing that ball. I don't even want to give him that option. I want you guys to utilize your mind and utilize your brain. Why would I throw in traffic? Look, one of the key elements of buying a house or when you have little ones, some people don't want to buy a house close to the streets. Why? Because they are afraid of their kids playing in the front yard. And at the tender age of 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11, you can go to some teenagers that they're aware. Their notion of playing, can sometimes be so concentrated and focus in on the ball or focus in on just having a good time. They disregard traffic and they go run to chase to go get the ball and bam! So some people don't even have that option available, y'all. So that those accidents will not be available. And some of y'all don't get that. Y'all don't get that at all. Why would you allow kids to play in traffic? Man, they should know that it's traffic. Yeah, they should know. But there are more chances of that happening if it's available. Go get you some yard. You got the money. Go get you a lot side where they can play in the backyard. Go get a gated fence. Make better decisions on where you build your house or where you go buy and purchase your house. Fix the issues, right? Some people are going to be like, nah, man, these ain't kids, Lord, these ain't kids. And they miss the meat worrying about the potatoes. 2nd and 2 going empty shouldn't even been available, regardless, for Dak Prescott nor Kellen Moore, nor for CeeDee Lamb. You know that touchdown pass that we were talking about? Those are high percentage passes, meaning that even if the guy dropped the ball, the only person that can pick it up will be the grass. He was so wide open, y'all. They could have literally had me out there. Truth Only says if they just coach situational football, we'll win. Mike McCarthy need to go back to fundamentals. You're right. You're right. and that is what we need to look at collectively in this game that we call football. Common sense, fundamentals. This game, as much as we say, it goes down to a game of inches. And I said in that Super Bowl, go back, watch the opening series and the opening draft, or the opening part of that game. Me, Balls Cowboys Sports, I said the team that make the first mistake will lose this game. The team that's not prepared. I've been telling you guys it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and not have one than to have the opportunity and not be prepared. You can't give up cheap scores. You can't turn the ball over. A scoop and score will change everything. I think the Philadelphia Eagles win that game if Jalen Hurts never fumbled the ball. And I'm not putting that all on him. They did manage to get the game back tied 35-35. But when you are in a shootout, versus a coach that been around the corner, that know how to get those corners. A new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners. He already knew he had the game won when the running back slid right before he crossed the goal line. The score really don't say it all, by the way. Coach Maul, appreciate you for your super chat, man. Appreciate you. He says, if San Francisco head coach had our offense with TP, Zeke, Lamb, all of our tight ends in offensive line with Dak, we will be in the Super Bowl. So what we are trying to do is get more and more players to overcome coaching. The best move is to get the best of what we got, and was moving from Kellen Moore. Yeah, to a degree, I agree with that, Coach Barr. And I know some of you guys can't see it, all of it. But let me see if I can fix it so everybody can see all of the chat. to a degree. I was watching an episode that my guy Scott Walker and Botch Lombardi, they was going over an episode, and they was talking about give me better dudes, right? Better dudes. That's just the end of the day. You still need better dudes. I can't find a championship ring of even the greatest basketball player of all time without Pippen. Right? And I can't find a championship that Michael Jordan won without the coach. You know? So could he won a championship without Scotty? It's possible, right? But that's one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He still needed better guys. And he still lobbied to go get one of the better defensive players that was known to man during that time frame. Dennis Rodman, right? That team, literally, that Bulls team was loaded. And he still got accolades of being one of the better players and scorers in the NBA. So I get with what you're saying. But I do feel, Coach Marv, what my guy Scott Walker and Vach was saying, shoot, give me the better dude. Now, granted, could it have been a chance in a situation that the Cowboys, with the cast of weapons that we had last year, win a Super Bowl? Yeah. I mean, there could have been a clear chance. It would have been a harder situation. And your margins of error, instead of it being like this, when you have less talent, would have been like that. When you got ball bouncing off the phalanges and you got a quarterback now second and third guessing from his reads and not comfortable, we changed literally. And I know it sounds like bevies of excuses, but no other team had to go through this. We changed 4 out of the 5 guys on the offensive line. Man, I would have dancing feet too. And on top of that, when the ball hits you in between the numbers and it bounces off and it's picked off for a loss, shoot. Give me the better dude. Give me the better dude. Because I'm quite sure even in that Super Bowl, the touchdown catch that A.J. Brown caught, I think Noah Brown would have probably had the same separation. And the ball would have went through his phalanges. Right? Touchdown for A.J. Incomplete pass for Noah Brown. That's what I'm saying, Coach Marv. That's all what I'm saying. A.J. Brown is a better dude. Right? It was one game that we literally seen Noah Brown, the ball hit him in his head. But I feel what you're saying, Coach Marv. I ain't going at you, though, but I feel you, and I appreciate you for your support for the nation. All right. Shout out to both of y'all, Truth Only and Coach Marv. Right. Brilliant points. Brilliant points.
Because it's double. I mean, you're talking about more than double the money you can save by just waiting.
Yeah, why would I not wait?
Because you would want the money now, potentially. You want it for free. You would want it for the spring to spend.
Yeah.
But what do you get with $4 million?
Right? Like, I mean, what are you trying to spend it on?
I mean, you can get a rotational defensive player.
Well, we want them to go all in now this offseason.
We've talked about the fact that Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys could come to some sort of a pay cut, that they can make that happen. So, given the fact that Zeke's contract is slated to be $10.9 million, if he wanted to stay here, he would need to take a cut to at least $6 million.
Here's my question. Let's just say Zeke accepts and takes the pay cut.
Mm-hmm.
What would the carry workload look like next year? Like, would they actually bury him like he needs to be buried behind Tony Pollard? Would they actually do it? Or would they be worried about, like RJ said, you're one of our mainstays. We got to be overly loyal. Mm-hmm. We can't disrespect you like that.
Reverse the way the carries looked early in the season, I would guess.
I would hope.
So Pollard like 18 carries, Zeke maybe 10 to 12. I think that's how I think it would look.
10 to 12 a game.
Well, think about you run into 10 to 12, like you get a series off for Pollard, and then some short yardage stuff.
What's wrong, Choppy? Are those palpitations?
Yeah.
Chest tightness.
I mean, that's
Left arm. Left arm.
3rd and 1, 4th and 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and goal.
So that's what I mean. Short yardage, so goal to go stuff, short yardage, and then a series or two off for Pollard to breathe.
I'm still saying buy no matter what. I don't care what pay cut.
I want him gone too.
You
But
draft someone with juice in the legs. That's all running back is. How much juice do you have in the legs? And anyone coming out of college will have more juice.
Absolutely. Just I mean,
look at the locker room.
No.
Look at where the locker room. When are these Zeke defenders going to admit that they've been wrong for the last 2 years?
You don't think the other 52 guys in there, in that locker room, think that dude's washed?
Well, they love him.
They know.
All right, so that was the 105.3 The Fan. I thought they was going to get into more detail. I was waiting for it. All right, so it is that time, y'all. All right, so to check them out, be sure to go to 105.3thefan.com or to their YouTube pages, and you can see that. Law, it was the 2 plays like the one on the each side. Yeah, so I think that my stroller over here is way off far as that. But a shout out to you, my dog, and we get things going. Hopefully, move Zeke to fullback. The name of the game is how do we keep from breaking these hearts over here, man? How do we get from that? And that's the name of the game. And hopefully, down the line, we can figure that out with making the hard cuts and making the proper contract extensions. I think that the problem with the Cowboys, it goes all the way back to Jerry falling in love with the players. And I think, this is my honest thoughts right quick, I think that we do a great job, a wonderful job, a spectacular job in drafting. I think that what we do horrible at is letting contracts get to end of life and we go through the rigmarole of, do we extend or do we let them test the market or do we franchise tag? And we don't make proper plans on moving on from said player until the end of life. I think that we need to figure out ways to get optimal returns from our guys, and that is not what we've been doing here. The Cowboys, we have not been good on the back end. Like, for example, the Donovan Wilson, right? Now you're in a situation, do you pay or do you let go, right? And let him see the market? Or do you work out a long-term contract with him with some crazy pricing, right? And what we do is we kind of move a little too slow. And when you move slow, it literally points out these 2 reasonings here. When you move slow, it points out either someone is not doing their homework and someone is not on page with the society and what else is going on, and they resting on their laurels, or they sitting back allowing someone else to take the blow after blow. They are allowing someone else to do it. And that is not good. That's not good business. We draft well. We do. I'm not going to take that away from the Cowboys. I'm not finna shun my Cowboys with that. I just look at it like this. We hold on to players too long and we don't do the back end part of it. And some teams, you're not going to be good in every category, right? You're going to have your flaws. You're going to have your issues. You're going to have some things that set you back as an organization. Not everybody's perfect. But you got to maximize your strengths and minimize your weaknesses. That's how I look at it, ladies and gentlemen. Can one of the mods put the phone number in the chat? And we're going to open up the line. It's a man. Appreciate you. To the haters, do you think that would be the same this year with Kellen Moore gone? And if he does it this year, would you reconsider, or does he have the NFC champ game or to win a Super Bowl for you to forgive him and forget. You know, I see what you said. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you so much for that super chat. So basically what you're saying is, my dog, is for the haters. For the haters. This message for the haters, though, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Will Dak Prescott be better since Kellen Moore is gone? That is something that we all waiting to see. There's something we all waiting to see. We all hope that he is better for team's sake. But the Cowboys are in a unique situation because they're going to have to extend him before the season even kick off, right? Or they're going to have to sit back and see how this thing come all the way through. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank y'all so much.
There are 5 participants in the conference. Please announce yourself.
All right, let that room fill up. Happy Valentine's Day to all of you all that's in here. It's 1 o'clock where I'm at. Let's go. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all so much. Let's get these phone lines open. Let's talk about this. I got the first caller that's in here. Jamie, you're live from the 774. Talk to me.
Hello, how's it going, my brother?
Oh, man, going well, man. Talk to me, man. What's on your heart?
Good. Hey, man, the whole Dak thing, man, it's kind of killing me, man. People are talking like they don't. We won 12 games. We won 12 games, and we lost 2 games. We're in overtime. So all this whole Dak gone and Zeke and all these guys gone, man. We're a couple of players away from running this thing. You know what I mean? And it's killing me. Because if you're gonna get rid of Dak, then what are you gonna do? You're gonna get a rookie that's gonna come in here. There goes another 2 years. That's gonna have to learn the playbook and do all that. So the whole Dak thing is just, I'm not with it. I'm not getting rid of Dak because there's nothing out there.
Well, right now it is exactly what you're saying. Is you can't at this point because you got $49 million right tied into it, and on top of that, with that being said, you also you're gonna need more and more weapons. So you are in a crossroad. Remember that song, "Meet Me at the Crossroad."
Bone thugs. Yes,
you're in the crossroad right now, dog. So either you're gonna extend him, right, or you're gonna just play this season out. That's just what it is. You're in the crossroad.
And I'm with that. And I understand why everybody's frustrated. The thing is, and I keep saying this, we don't need Dak to win the games. We don't. We just need him not to lose the games.
Yeah.
You know, 18 to 23 passes, that's fine. Let run the ball and play defense, and we're on our way, bro.
Yeah.
And I just want to say before I hang up real quick, I know it's off season and there's a lot of part-time fans, man, but I want to let you know, man, we riding with you, we rocking with you every day, man. So we appreciate it, and thank you for what you do, brother.
Oh, man, that mean a lot, man, and I really appreciate you, man. Hey, for the ladies, man, tell them one thing, man. Tell them Happy Valentine's Day. Go ahead for the ladies that's here.
Hey, to all the lovely ladies out there, Happy Valentine's Day to all of y'all.
Yes, indeed, man. That's a good call from my guy, J. May. Appreciate him. I truly believe in what he's saying. Now, my thoughts is how we got this season to work some ends out, right? And we would know everything about this, literally. I think what is March? When is the money we got to be over? We got to be under the cap or what have you, because we're over right now. I think it's March the 6th or the 15th. So we're gonna have to figure that out, ladies and gentlemen. We do. We're gonna have to figure it out. If you don't know the phone number is at the top of the screen right there, and jot that down. 657-390-7391 is the hotline. Shout out to you, Jay Lombardi. Appreciate you. March the 17th. So we got until March the 17th, and that's just the reality of it. So the Cowboys got to make their decisions by that time frame. All right, so we got my guy from the 815, Brandon. You're live.
Yes, I want to do this quick because I know when people call and they not Dak fans, you ask them what's their point. So I'm gonna get to it real quick. Dak is he's below average to average. Dak throws the same type of interceptions every single time. Dak is 2-4 in the playoffs.
Right.
Dak wins a lot of games against the NFC East. Against 500 teams that are 500 or better, he struggles. He has a losing record. Fact. Yesterday, Law was talking about moving the goalposts, which he loves to do. Law said, where did he miss passes? And we know that he missed passes because I explained it. So, but maybe Law forgot. So I'm gonna restate it.
Right.
He missed the first. One pass he completed, but it was an underthrow, which CeeDee Lamb caught, but it could have been a touchdown. It was an underthrow. The other pass that he missed was to CeeDee up the middle on the linebacker. He missed it. The third pass he had to Michael Gallup. He missed it. That's a miss. Those are 3 misses.
Right. So with all of that, Brandon, I give it what you're saying. All right, so Dak is below average and just to average, right? So with that being said, we get all of that. How tall are you?
Yep.
How tall are you?
5'7".
So you 5'7". How many pounds you weigh?
I'm on a diet now, so I'm down to 185.
So you 5'7", 185. If I put you on the offensive line, you ain't gonna be able to stop nobody, right? That's your limitations, right? There's nothing you can do to improve that.
Right.
There's nothing you can do. So what I'm trying to say is, how do we win with that? At this point, I got you tied up. We can't win with that, right?
I already told you that. See, Dak fans, they can't accept what people say, so they ask you 100 different ways. My answer don't change.
Your answer don't change. But hold on.
Restate all
you stated all that, and I get all of what you said. But Jimmy Johnson literally said that you can win with that. Hold on. He did say, and let me finish this right quick. He said that you can win with Dak, but he put the but in there. He said, but you have to put pieces around him. You can win with Jalen Hurts. Hold on. You can win with Jalen Hurts, but you got to put pieces around him. You can't win with even Pat Mahomes, but you got to put pieces around him. Now, there are grades to that. Pat Mahomes is up here because his entire life he was put in a system that worked with him and not against him. Now, Jalen Hurts, Jalen Hurts, his first few years, I think the system wasn't working with him. It was kind of like, okay, they seen some talent, so they said, let's put more and more pieces around him. So now you got a Jalen Hurts making it all the way to the Super Bowl. Why? Because they added pieces around him, and they put a philosophy and a scheme around him. Jalen Hurts literally could have won that game against Pat Mahomes, who's a half of $1 billion quarterback, if he didn't fumble that ball. Yes or no?
Sure.
All right, so now you may go.
Okay, thank you. So yesterday, the warehouse queen, I think that's what you call her, she was making this elementary, pre-K argument that, well, Jimmy Johnson said that you can win with Dak, so that means Dak can win. So now Dak fans want you to believe just because a Hall of Famer or a Super Bowl winning coach or player say Dak can win, that means he can win. So Shannon Sharp say he trash. So should I take Shannon? So I take Shannon Sharp opinion, or should I take Jimmy Johnson opinion?
I think that you should lean. Hold on, bro. I think you should lean on Jimmy Johnson over Shay Sharp. I don't even care what angle you go in from after his. But come on, bro. You know that there's a lot of buck job. Come on, bro. Come on, man.
Shannon Sharp is a 3-time Super Bowl champion and a Hall of Famer. But I know they don't matter because he didn't play for the Cowboys.
And guess what? Guess what Shay Sharp said about Pat Mahomes before he was drafted and before he played the game?
I don't know what he said.
He said that, the Kansas City Chiefs are in trouble by drafting him. He can't read defense. He can't do X, Y, and Z. And what Tyreek Hill said about Pat Mahomes is that, man, everybody thought that he was trash because he was throwing picks after picks after picks, and he would literally had to be coached.
Said he thought he was trash.
He thought he was trash.
Two Super Bowls later, he is not.
He is not. And why?
He is not.
And why, my brother?
And why? Because he's an extraordinary quarterback, but you don't have to be extraordinary to win the Super Bowl.
Right.
That is not, and he probably won't ever win. So can I finish my point?
But let me say this too, though. You got to look at the complete picture. Even Pat Mahomes said there was a guy to help him read defenses. I don't think that you get that from a Kellen Moore and whoever we had in the coaching room over here. But go ahead with your last point because we got a lot of people on the line.
Okay, and I just want to end with this. I come on the show. You can disagree with what I'm saying, but to the warehouse queen and R-A-T, I think you even saying R-A-T, baby. You know who I'm talking about. So R-A-T and warehouse queen. Y'all, I don't know y'all. Y'all know me. Y'all some clowns. Y'all some lames. Shout out to R-A-T and shout out to the warehouse queen. How about them Cowboys? Dak is F.
Hold on, Brandon. You can't just leave, man. You gotta say to the lovely ladies. You gotta say to the lovely ladies how you gotta say Happy Valentine's Day at least to the people, man. Come on. Let me hear you say it.
I want to say Happy Valentine's Day to my wife. I want to say Happy Valentine's Day to the warehouse queen and Happy Valentine's Day to Trey.
No.
Shout out to all the women. Happy Valentine's Day.
All right, man. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, man. Come on, y'all. It's the love day, man. Come on, y'all gotta look. Come on, y'all. Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on. But you got to also. I went over this earlier. Pat Mahomes is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all times already. You can go ahead and put a gold jacket on him. But you don't get that touchdown without schemes. Now, did he need that scheme? No. He probably could throw a fade ball. He's just that accurate. It's equivalent to me being Bill Gates and y'all sending donations over here, right? It's equivalent to donating to Bill Gates. The dude is put into a good system. Appreciate y'all, man, so much. All right, I got Coach Marv. You're live.
Hey, what's going on? I want to say Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there.
No doubt.
The last caller, I know he, went at the Queen and RIP.
VIP.
But Brandon, VIP. But Brandon, and I'm gonna tell you, and I don't think I give elementary commentary. Every time you talk about Dak, you never talk about football. You just talk about what you're talking about is he lost this game, he lost that game. Teams win games, and if we just centralize it to the quarterback to lose games. And if you watch football, you see Patrick Mahomes miss passes, which he missed some passes in the Super Bowl. Every quarterback missed throws. Every quarterback has receivers that make great catches on bad throws. That's a part of the team. That's why it's the greatest team sport ever. And, yes, Patrick Mahomes won a Super Bowl. But the last time he went to the Super Bowl, he didn't score a touchdown. So we have good games, we have bad games, and things go bad. But listen, I think the defense, and this is where I really fall with this law. I'm never going to go to the defense of Dak Prescott being a quarterback while watching his whole career there. It's because of the fact, and I'm not saying that, to you, Law, but right. I'm never going to the offenses of saying, well, we can't get rid of him because it's going to cost us $89 million. Mm-hmm. Because if we had that defense, we're putting him on a microscope for everything he does, and now it's all about the money. No, Dak Prescott, and the reason why the Jones may extend it is because somebody in that organization knows football, and they understand it takes a whole team to win a championship. Mm. They ain't win a championship just because of one person. One thing I do know Jerry know, he didn't win a championship because of one player.
Right.
He understands that it takes multitude of players and a lot of people making plays to get to a championship. And listen, I go back to that thing when I said about in the super chat.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, I know we brought the analogy right quick when we talked about the great Michael Jordan. I go to the analogy about the Kobe Bryant and Shaq.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant and Shaq was Kobe Bryant and Shaq. Mm-hmm. And they had a guy named Dale Harris that was coaching, and they had more talent on that team. They had an Eddie Jones.
Yeah.
They had an Elder Campbell. They had a whole lot of talent.
Don't hurt me.
And got swept.
Don't hurt me, Coach. You hurt me, man. Come on, man. Come on.
Got swept. And no, they had Kobe Bryant. They had all those guys when Shaq first got there, and they got swept out the playoffs. Ooh. They brought in a guy named Phil Jackson and got rid of and had less talent. Only thing he had is Kobe and Shaq, and put less talented players, but got the best out of every person on that team, and they won 3 in a row.
Yeah. So
I have seen in many cases where you can get a lot of talent, but if you don't know how to utilize it, you mean to tell me this is what got me about Kellen Moore.
Right.
We kept asking we're getting receivers. We kept asking getting this. But this is what gets me. I saw basically the same game plan at this San Francisco game that I saw last year with Amari Cooper, with all these other wide receivers.
That I do agree with you, Coach Marv.
This what gets me
with you on that one, though.
And I said this, Lord. I want to make sure this is the truth, and we know this in our heart. If Kyle Shanahan had Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, and he had those young tight ends to go along with CeeDee Lamb, he got more talent. That's more talent he got on his own offense. And he had Dak Prescott.
Oh yeah,
they'll win the Super Bowl. But we gonna say we need to get more talent. But I guarantee another guy could have took that same thing and maximize it, and we'll be talking about our 6th ring.
Yeah, and that was the angle. Whereas I was saying that, Jimmy Johnson said, you can win with Dak, but you got to have these pieces. And according to that too, he could have mean like coaching too, right? And we've seen what Emmitt Smith said too about the whole philosophy on how our plays been ran. But when you we
need a couple of pieces,
right?
We need a couple of pieces.
Yeah.
But he feels that we need to keep some key pieces,
right?
But we can, as well as we doing in the draft, we are not that far away.
No, we're not.
But I think the best move, and now I feel a fresh new start on this offense is going to pay dividends to what you have, because when teams start firing coaches, there means when let's put it like this: when a restaurant fires a chef, he said, "With the stuff I got, you ain't cooking it well."
Talk to me, man. Yeah.
So when they start firing coaches and coordinators, that means they're saying that I can't outbuy. We don't have enough money to outbuy to make you good. We can get you something, but we expect to get the most of what we already done bought.
No doubt, Coach Marv. Man, I appreciate you, man, so much for your points, man. Valid points all together, man. Thank you for what you do, and I thank you for calling in as well. That's Coach Marv, y'all.
All right, man. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody, man.
Yes, indeed. That's Coach Marv, y'all. Brilliant point, brilliant analysis. I don't have no pushback when he added more context to his super chat conversation. Like, we had enough pieces, right? And I was coming from the aspect of, Noah Brown is only who we can see out of Noah Brown. Yes, Dak Prescott is only who we can see out of Dak Prescott. We can go line for every player. But also better dudes will make out better situations. Nevertheless, Coach Marv do bring up valid points, man. Point. All right, so we keep this show rolling. We got over 15 people waiting, so we're going to do this.
The conference has been locked.
All right, we're going to put the locks on, so appreciate everybody for waiting and being part of these type of episodes, man, whereas we get the real truth out of this. And let's go. We got another caller that's been waiting over here. Let me get around to the other caller. Hold on. Here we go. Trey, you're live from the 901. Talk to me later.
Hey, everyone.
Hey.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. I mean, you're supposed to love everyone, so everyone get a happy Valentine's from me.
Everyone. Appreciate
Now,
it.
back to football. So, again, I'm not understanding what everybody looks at when they say Dak is flawed. Dak is it just because he threw a lot of interceptions this year more than he ever have. Okay.
Right.
So, Patrick Mahomes made it to the Super Bowl. If y'all go back, he had almost as many as Dak did. He had 15. Dak had 17 because he got his last 2 in the last game that he had.
Right.
He threw just as many as Dak did. So it has nothing to do with that. We all know that Patrick Mahomes is the greatest, right now, right up under Tom Brady. We see that.
Right.
Everybody see it.
Right.
But they allow him to be who he was coming in, just like Lamar Jackson. They let Lamar run his scheme where he did it in college, and they did Mahomes the exact same way. That's why both of them together couldn't read defenses. Lamar is the same way. He couldn't read them either. So
they don't watch college football,
them,
Trey. They don't know about that, but keep going.
Right. They allowed them to be them, but at the same time, they put weapons around them and taught the weapons around them to come up to Lamar's speed instead of Lamar coming to them, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So that's how it works out, and that's how they get their schematics going. We didn't have that at the Cowboys because, again, Kellen Moore and Dak, they came in like it's the same time. He's trying to coach Dak. You just came off the field yourself. So he got the feel for him. So when he feel like Dak needs to change up, or Dak feel like he needs to change up, Kellen Moore probably feel some type of way, like, hold up, I'm the coach.
Right.
Y'all never know how it really went down. So he probably couldn't or wasn't able to go ahead and do what he needs to do like what Mahomes do, just flip the ball up. But he did do it in the game we played against somebody we played and won, and he flipped that ball up, Dak did.
Yeah.
Allow him to be him. He's not able to be him, but I guarantee you, this year, the coach that's coming in now, the OC coach, just an old-time dude here. He going to let Dak be Dak. And y'all going to see who Dak really is. It's not going to have anything to do with, he's throwing the pitch. You see this? It's all in the coaching when you get through talking.
Yeah, it do.
Y'all can bang up off of Dak not being in the Super Bowl and all of this and that. That's over with. That's over with, y'all. It's time to start it over. Now, this year, if Dak starts this old same stuff and stuff, then okay. We all going to be in the same hoorah.
Yeah.
Give it a chance, y'all.
Let's
see
chance.
What's gonna go on
I appreciate you so much, Trey. I thank you, and I appreciate you for all the Valentine love out there for the people. Let me hear you say it then.
How about them Cowboys, and happy Valentine's to you all. And, bro, what is that spinning back there? That's cute. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. A lot of times people be asking me, man, Law, how can I start my channel? How can I get things going? Well, I got a shortcut for you all over here, man. And that shortcut is right here. I'm going to post it somewhere in the chat area in a few. But if you go to Law Nation Sports, Amazon, I got an Amazon store where you got all of that good stuff, man, as far as all of the equipment that I use, all of the shortcut stuff, man, that you want from the nation. It is all here at the Amazon store. You can check that out over there. And as well as she said, what was that spitting? I got it somewhere right here. Here we go, right here. We got this levitating right here. You can get it at my Amazon store, baby. So all you got to do is click that link. It's in the description box, and you'll be able to get that. I got everything from keyboards to the headset that we use, also the switchboard, everything. There's no secret over here, even to the type of camera. A lot of people like, man, how your camera be so wet? Well, click on my stores. The link is in the description box, so just click on that, and you'll be a part of it yourself. So I appreciate y'all so much. Now that we got that out of the way, I appreciate y'all so much. I got my guy from the 205. Cam, you like
it? Cam. What's that? Man, you can hear me good, man?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Talk to me, man.
some people that you just put on your loss sometimes, you know, it make me want to cry.
Man, don't cry, man. You know.
I'm like DJ Khaled. You know, when Brandon came on, I said, it breaks my heart, you know.
Another it pulls your energy down, huh?
Right, because this is my whole
feel
thing.
you,
And
man.
Coach Mars said it, and I have said it multiple times, Law. It's a team game.
Yeah.
Pat Mahomes did not win that game by himself.
Yeah. Yeah.
That boy from Florida, who cost Florida they championship hopes,
Okay.
Kadarius
Toney.
He made plays.
Right.
Juju Smith-Schuster made plays.
Right.
One leg pig, Pat Mahomes made plays.
Right.
Kelsey made plays.
Right.
They defense made plays.
Right.
Darius Toney showed that the special teams can also make plays. Got them down to the 5-yard line on the punt.
On a punt. And it's exploiting the mismatches because people fail to realize that. That was a pickup that they made. If they don't get that, they might have lost the game. But people don't understand that Kadarius Toney was a former first-round draft pick. That, yes, he was sullied over there in Giants Land. He had Danny Jones with that old administration there, you know, calling up and dialing up plays. And even if you want to use that as a sample size, look what Brian Daboll was able to do to that organization. So coaching really do matter. But what people tend to do is they dismiss all of that. And you know who you didn't say who did a good job? The offensive coordinator, dog.
Yeah,
you know,
offensive coordinator.
look, we don't have those levels of expertise over there. So what we do is have hitches and comeback routes. And if I play DB, and when my eyes get big, when I see any wide receiver running any hitch route, and I'm sitting in a zone, or any wide receiver running a curl, and I'm in my 40s, dog. So I know for sure a player that's young in their 20s, their eyes get big, and they know that the play is finna be a hitch, a stop, or an option that you run into the sticks. But people who never played football would never understand that. Those plays are designed for me to pick them off.
And you know who didn't play football? Brandon Gary Coleman. Brandon Gary Coleman did not play football. That's Brandon. Coleman's son. He said he found. Yeah. He didn't play football at all.
I feel
because if you would have played football, you would have understand. Like Coach Mars said. Like I said, this is a team game.
Right.
Yeah, they show the defense all the time. Yeah, they show the offense all the time. Yeah, they put quarterbacks, and you might get a wide receiver here and there in the MVP race.
Right.
But it's a team game, man.
Right.
It's a team game. The Dallas Cowboys. You said it. You said it yesterday. And you said it earlier. Right. Even you know, Mr. Rome over there at Cowboys Fan Talk. He said it. He said something that Dak and Ezekiel Elliott did not do is speak up. He said, and you got the young players, C.D. Lamb, Michael Parsons, and all these people saying, and Len Jerry Jones in the front office, no. And they said it on the media. They said, hey, man, we need pieces. We need some more pieces. So you need that. You need more pieces. Shout out to Jimmy Johnson, because I would take Jimmy Johnson over Shannon.
Oh, come on, man. People losing
coaching
ground when
is
you
a
lean
hard
on.
job.
Yeah, you leaning on. People leaning like Brandon was leaning on soft ground when he said Shay Sharp over Jimmy Johnson.
Shay Sharp had to get coaching from somewhere. Because if he didn't have a coach, you think he would have went out there and been who he was?
The Super Bowls that Shay Sharp won, they both had elite defenses, man. Shout out to Shay Sharp. He's Hall of Fame or what have you, gold jacket. Yeah, but he been on elite defenses with the Ravens, elite defense with the Denver. Yeah.
Right. And my whole thing is, y'all just look at the quarterback and think the quarterback mess up plays.
No doubt, man.
When like you said, when that ball hit your head, Dak has to do some passes to where even C.D. Lamb supposed to have caught that.
Yeah. The one that a lot of people talk about in that 49ers game, the blitz coming through the A gap, and people say, he should have hit T.Y. But dog, it was in Lamb's hand, and I'm not even dogging Lamb. It was in Lamb's hands. You know, but
And
I'm not dogging Lamb
either
though.
because he had a great year. He had a great year, so I'm not
Right.
dogging him either. But like you said, when it's in your hands, my coach here, I played defensive back too, and I played running back.
Right.
My coach used to tell us, he said, tips and overthrows, you're supposed to catch those.
Yeah.
And the 49ers did it.
Right.
When it came off CD Lamb hands, when it came off Noah Brown hands and all, them folks talk tipping overthrows.
Yep,
So,
tipping
I
overthrows.
mean, they did what they supposed to do as a defense. But still, again, when that ball hit your hand, that ball's supposed to stick like you got glue on it.
Sticker.
You're not supposed to let that go.
No doubt, man. I
y'all
appreciate you,
sit
Cam.
on-
I got to let these other callers in, but you brought
Yeah,
home some brilliant points, dog. You know.
Facts. In facts. And I want y'all to understand, as Cowboy fans, man, we need an elite team, just not an elite quarterback. Man, shout out to everybody, man, out there, man. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all. Happy Valentine's Day to my wife as well, man, and my kids, man. Happy Valentine's Day to your family-in-law, man. I hope y'all have a great day, man. And how about them Cowboys, man?
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. That's my guy, Cam. And this is, look, Dak Prescott had a horrible game, right? I'm not absolving him of all issues. But what I'm doing as a content creator, I'm presenting all facts, not half partial. What's it called? Partial truth equals whole lie, y'all. So if you're only partially looking at this thing, yes, it's been over 28 years. But 13 of those years, we had Jason Garrett in some shape, form, or fashion within the confines of this team. And what did Jason Garrett do when he left? Zilch, nothing. He couldn't get the doggone Giants to average over 18 points a game. They averaged in his time span with the Giants 17 points a game. What I was really mad and angry and upset at, that Jason Garrett didn't stay there for 13 years in some shape, form, or fashion. But yes, and then if we go and look at the complete picture, how many years that Dave Campo was here? 5-11, 5-11, 5-11. So what y'all trying to do here collectively is say, hey, Mike McCarthy, you're not doing enough. 6-10, 12-5, 12-5, one playoff win. That's not enough, Mike McCarthy. Let's get rid of him. Let's go find another coach. No, let Mike McCarthy continue to build his program. We have not done these type of things since the 90s, going back-to-back, 12-5, 12-5. Yes, we made it back-to-back playoff time, but we wasn't double-digit wins in what that year, 06 and 07. But what y'all like to do is listen to that three-ladder, listen to Shay Sharp. Y'all like to listen to him, right? Y'all like to listen to Emmanuel Archo. Y'all like to listen to Shady, and y'all give those guys credence and validation because they on national TV, or because one of those guys got a Super Bowl ring, or both of those guys got a Super Bowl ring. Look, me and Shay Sharp got this, not me and Shady got the same stats in those Super Bowl. Me and him got the same stats. And I didn't even play in the Super Bowl. But y'all will lean and listen to him about what he had to say about a quarterback. Sam, appreciate you. I rock with Dak after I saw him say F Philly. We need more of that and less of corporate Dak. He got to do like Troy did with Switzer and lead the team. My only thought with this is, Sam, Troy had a chance to pull his stuff from Jimmy. Dak is pulling his stuff from Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore, and a piece of what Mike McCarthy is able to do here. He ain't pulling it from Jimmy. And I can argue this right here, and I appreciate you for the super chat, dog. Appreciate you, landlord from Wakanda, is that these are the facts too, ladies and gentlemen, that none of those guys are Jimmy Johnson. You know what I mean? Because Jimmy Johnson held feet to fire, and he demanded perfection. Appreciate him though so much, man. All right, let's get this show on the road. Appreciate y'all so much. I got B Bird next. You're live.
Hey, what's how you doing today, Law?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Doing great.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to get in the mind that you're the 49ers defense coordinator. Coming into the game, what players are you worried about? into that game that we played in playoff games for the Cowboys? What players are you worried about?
I'm worried about CD, so I don't want him to get off. But I'm sticking to my philosophy. I want to stop the run first, though. I want them to throw it. But
individually, I would say CD and Pollard are the guys that I'm really worried about those guys, right?
True.
When Pollard goes down, then what do you have? You have one person that you're out there that you're worried about.
Right.
Well, the problem lies in that we came into the game. I said this before. We lost that game in the offseason, right? Before the season started, by not adding, after we lost Cooper, not adding another bona fide wide receiver or more weapons. So I often say this, that, for one thing, after the first play of the second quarter was the last time another wide receiver not named CeeDee Lamb caught a ball for the rest of the game until the last play. That's totally unacceptable.
Right.
We know that Pat Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, correct?
Right.
So when they lost Tyreek Hill, why did they go get Juju, who had 6 catches for 52 yards in the playoffs or in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
They went and got Tony, who had the punt return and a touchdown. They went and got Sky Moore, who had a touchdown. And MVS, I can never say his name, Marquez Van Galen, but he had 6 catches for 116 yards and a touchdown in the AFC Championship game.
Right.
They went and got all those guys for the best quarterback in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we say that Dak is not on that level, then he needs more.
Right.
And so what I'm saying, man, that I actually feel better about Dak after this year than I did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this question here. So if you talk about front office, and we're going to talk about, I want to compare it to 3 teams. Compare the Cowboys to Philadelphia, Kansas City, and San Francisco.
Okay.
The front office is a plus for all 3 of those teams. It's a minus for us.
Okay.
The offensive coordinator is a plus for all 3 of those teams. It was a minus for us.
Okay.
The scheme was a plus for all 3 of those teams. It's a minus for us. So we're going to say that we have less in the 8 teams left in the playoffs on that level that we lost the divisional playoffs.
Right.
They only had one team that had worse wide receivers than us, as the New York Giants, and they scored 7 points, and we scored 12 points.
Yeah.
It's a reason why, man. And so what I'm trying to say is, so we're going to say that Dak does not have good wide receivers. He didn't have them this year. We're going to say that he didn't have a good offensive coordinator. He didn't have a good scheme.
Right.
He doesn't have a good front office. But we expect him to rise above all this.
Right.
And become Patrick Mahomes. You bring Patrick Mahomes over here with this dysfunctional unit that we have above him as far as the front office, and saddled with this boy wonder who's never coached anywhere else. All thing he knows is Boise State offense.
Yeah.
And with these curl routes and these stop routes and all that kind of stuff, you bring Pat Mahomes over here. We're not in the Super Bowl. And people think
we might get this version of Pat Mahomes, the 9-31. You remember that in the Super Bowl? When he had Tyreek Hill, he had Travis Kelce, he had weapons, but he could only get 9 points. But people, see, they look at it on it like, hey, this is what Dak Prescott can't do, and this is for forever he will always be. And they would say, well, law is just an apologist for Dak Prescott. But when they don't look at the complete picture of what you just said about the overall concepts, there's no concepts on this team for the last 4 years. Mike McCarthy had his hand behind his back coaching his team because we all knew that he didn't really want Kellen Moore here. But go ahead.
Kellen Moore was the 3rd most powerful person in our organization, and as an offensive coordinator. The reason why people might argue with that, but why does McCarthy have to go to the media and say, hey, I'd like to see Cooper get the ball more? You should tell your offensive coordinator that.
Right.
You shouldn't have to go to the media that. Like, hey, I don't like option routes. I wish we wouldn't run them. You're out there politicking for something. You should just go tell your guy what to do.
Right.
Can I tell you why you can't do it? Because you didn't hire him and you can't fire him. And the thing about it is that's why a head coach should be able to pick his own staff, right? He's going to pick somebody that he knows that's loyal to him, and he knows that, hey, this guy got me here, so I'm going to do exactly what he said.
Right.
No, the Joneses hired me. I'm going to listen to the Joneses. That guy was the 3rd most powerful person in his organization, and him being gone is huge. And them giving McCarthy the opportunity to call plays is huge also, man. But one thing I'm happy to, and I'm gonna let you go after this. I'm happy that option routes are gone.
Yeah.
I think they bring a lot of indecision, not just interceptions, but indecisions. I saw Dak clutching the ball a lot,
Right.
not sure if the wide receiver's gonna run the right routes and all that kind of stuff. We need to get that gone, man.
Yeah, eliminate that.
A doggone slant route needs to be a slant route, and whatever it is, before the play, practice it 1,000 times and be ready to go. Appreciate your time, man.
Hey, B Bird. Before you go, you got kids?
Yeah, I got 5.
Got 5. And what you say at your house is final, right?
That's it, bud.
Yeah. Appreciate you, man. That's all I wanted you to say.
All right, man. I'll talk to you later.
Appreciate you, man. All right, that's B Bird. So when we talk about those things, Mike McCarthy, what he said wasn't final. And you take that ability away from coaching, you will find ways to circumvent it. When it's time to go to bed, I just say, hey, cut them lights off and go to bed. You think they giving me back lip? I'm the king around here. I'm the king. They know. When dad say that, it's time to go to bed. And it's the tone. It's the tone. Where they don't want to give no pushback. It's the tone. And every now and then, don't have me to say that again. And they already know. They get to running faster than Usain Bolt. Don't have nothing on my kids when I say, hey, cut them lights off and go to bed. It's the tone. And y'all know when I get that tone going, it's over with. Nick Saban and Bill Belichick, who have 12 titles, said these words. Great players and great teams can't take bad coaching to feel their true goals. Man, my goodness, man. Yo, you. Right. Man, I ought to just leave that up here for the rest of the show. All right, let's keep it rolling. I got Uncle Dave, man. You live from the 520.
Boom.
Nothing to it.
I've never heard you be a Dak apologist.
Right.
He is not an elite quarterback. He is a top 15 quarterback, but he's not elite. You got to have the dudes in the house. You got to have the dudes in the house under the roof to get where you need to go. One man cannot do it all. Mm-hmm. Like Clint Eastwood, Dirty Harry. A man's got to know his limitations. The man knows his limitations. Mm-hmm. And when you don't have the concept to freaking get past those limitations and excel, you're always going to fail. So half-truths, nothing but half-truths, build nothing but complete lies.
Yeah.
You got to stop listening to Shay Sharp. You got to stop listening to Acho. You got to stop listening to Bagless. You got to stop listening to them fools. You have to look at the picture. You have to look at the big picture. You have to do the work. You have to do the homework. You have to see how everything's operating. The last caller was right. Yeah, Kellen Moore was like the third most powerful person in the Cowboys organization.
Yeah.
He's gone.
He gone now.
Do you not think that in the coaches room that these coaches aren't talking about that? Don't you think that McCarthy's saying anything about option routes? That he don't like option routes? You're gonna say he's saying it in the media, but how do you know he's not saying it in the quarterback's room? How do you know he's not saying it in the coach's room?
Uncle Dave, man, it's like this right here. It's like you saying, cut that light off and go to bed. And then they yelling, well, Dad, I don't like sleeping in the dark. I'm going to leave the lights on. And then you saying, well, okay, just go to bed then.
And as soon as you go to sleep, I'm turning that light out.
No. They cutting them lights off, man. I'm not finna compromise with them. We can put a night light in, but we are not finna have full lights on. And that is what Mike McCarthy, he didn't even compromise. They left the lights on. Mike McCarthy said, I don't like the lights on.
Point blank and period. So what you gonna do? So what can you do? We as fans, we're on the outside looking in. We're not there in the organization. We're not sitting here listening. In the quarterback's freaking room. We're not in the running back's room. We're not in the defense room. We're not in there, so we don't know what's being discussed in there.
Woo. Yeah. We
You don't.
we
You
can
have
only
no idea. You have no clue.
We can
So,
only go
all y'all
off
out
of what's
there crying
leaked a little
about,
bit. Yeah.
Law's got to apologize for Zeke. He's apologizing for that. No, he's looking at the body of work. You are looking at the body of work. Point blank and period. If you can't understand that, I don't know what part you don't understand. I don't know what country you're from.
Yeah.
And what ain't no country I ever heard of. Point blank and period. And to go, and along with that, and to end with everything, I need to get with you offline because I need to send you and Twin something. I got something packaged for y'all.
Okay.
So I need to get y'all's address so I can send it out.
Okay.
And also, happy Valentine's Day to all those moms, sisters, aunts, grandmas, nieces, and prayers to your mom and everybody else's mom. I'm out of here. I ain't gonna be many more of them punk bees. Deuces.
No doubt, man. That's my guy, Uncle Dave, man. Yes, indeed. Riggs, I'm getting too old for this, Riggs. All right, man. If anybody want to send me something, man, my address, my business address is is in the description box as well. Just go all the way down at the bottom, and there's my business address. You can mail me anything that you want to promote or just for me to have and to hold and things like that. Shout out to Sadiq, man. She sent me a beautiful clock. I got it sitting on the wall over there. Appreciate y'all for all that y'all do, man. All right, we got, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more callers. I got the VIP hotline for your mind. You live.
Lord's VIP, baby.
Yes, indeed, man. Talk to me, man.
Lord, I love you. I'm an analogy king, Lord.
Okay.
And I want to stick with that analogy that you were going with because, pause, Lord, respectfully, when I say shut the lights down, we shutting the lights down, Lord. Ain't no, daddy, whoa. No, we shutting the lights down.
No, we shutting it down, dog.
Period. There's no talk back.
No, yeah.
You know what I mean? So let me get this while we talk about
the other night. I'm scared of the boogeyman. I'm the boogeyman. He ain't got nothing on me. They ran in that bed. I'm the boogeyman. You know, he ain't got nothing on me. I told you not to watch that Roblox. They're watching Playtime or Poppy Playtime or something like that. And I was sitting there, Mama Long Legs and Daddy Long Leg. I'm the Daddy Long Leg over here. I'm the monster.
That's right.
But they're going to go run right to that bedroom. But go ahead, dog. I'm the Daddy Long Leg. Talking about some Long Leg and Mommy Long Leg and Banji and Banjo and whoever, But go ahead, fam.
Boogeyman better be scared of me. He run up in my house. That's all I know.
He better be paying rent around here. He going to be hiding in my closet, man. You better be paying some rent. You owe me.
Or you gonna meet these hands, man. But anyway, Lord, we're gonna keep it nice. Let me say this, Lord. You know, the internet is like Jerry Jones.
Right.
It has empowered a lot of people to make them think they bigger than they are. See me, Lord. I'm a real one out here, Lord. You can look me up. You can search me up. You can Google me. Lord, I have a son. My 13-year-old is 5'11".
Mm-hmm.
So for me to keep arguing with this, I looked him up. He's not 5. He capping. He's 5'5", 200 pounds. Bruh, I got kids bigger than you. I ain't gonna. You not. If you really want that smoke, bro, hit me up. Look me up.
Oh wait.
Cut it out. Cut it out. I'm not I'm really about that life, Lord. So some people get on here. We talking Cowboy. Don't call me out personally. That's not what we doing here. That's not what this platform is for, B. So if you got a little man syndrome and you want to get off this when you want to feel bigger about yourself, we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
I mean, we get too old for this, man. We get too old for this, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Come on,
man.
I got kids. My youngest son is 13. He's 5'11", more.
So you caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening to help some breathing.
Yeah. Don't make me catch a Cleveland. Don't make me catch a Memphis flight. I got an auntie out there. So we're not doing this, B.
Hey, come
so
on,
all
man.
I'm saying, let's keep the football.
Non-violence.
Yeah, let's go. All right, let's keep it football.
It's black
let's keep it about
history,
football
right now.
and about Dak. If you want to keep Dak name and respectfully, I don't even want to hear you disrespecting Queens, any sisters out in my Cowboy Nation, because I take that personally.
Who do
I
you
got
believe
homies out
in?
your way, bro.
Hit this,
Cut
hit
it
it
out.
grieve.
Cut it out. Cut it out. Let's keep it about football, Dak.
It's pleasure and pain. We stuck in this game. Holler my name. We all go down. We bleed through similar veins. We got Tupac over here getting mad, Brandon. Hey, man. Hey,
I'm not mad. I'm not. No.
Mad at you. Hey, mad at you.
See, this is my energy 24/7. This is my energy. I'm really. This is me. So I know he get on here. He gets his 2 minutes of fame, bro. This is what. This is my walk 24/7. Respectfully. So when you put my name out your mouth, don't keep my name out your mouth, B.
Hey, man, I feel you, man. All right, so what we going to do, man? We don't want no heartbreaks, man. We don't want
no, Law. It's all love, Law. This is all love. I'm here for Cowboy Nation. But every time I hear this guy, this is why I try to deter myself from getting at him. But when you calling me out personally, we don't do that where I'm from, B. We don't play like that.
Hey, I appreciate
so I'm just
you, dog.
on some grown man.
Non-violence.
On some grown man. Keep it Cowboys, bro. Keep it Cowboys. Or
one more thing before I let you go, bro. One more thing, man. Let me know, bro.
Okay.
One more thing, bro. One more thing.
What I want to say is I'm defending Dak until the day I go under this grade. Because Dak is the Cowboys quarterback for umpteen years. They're about to extend him. So if you don't like Dak, bro, go pick another team.
No.
Get another team, man.
Man, I feel
Why
you,
you on here personally attacking this man? And if you had to see him and you're 5'7", Dak is 6, like cut it out, man. I just hate the fact that
thank you so much,
get
bro.
on internet
Hey, let me
try to get tough, man.
Let me hear you say
all
it,
right,
bro. Before
Law,
I let you
love
roll.
you.
Much love to
It's
you,
all
man.
about the Cowboys. Shout out to the whole Cowboy Nation. Happy Valentine's Day. I say this all out of love, Law.
I know.
It's all out of love. I would give this little guy a hug. I have to get down and hug him. But anyway, how about them Cowboys? I ain't a killer, but don't push me, B.
Yes, indeed, man. That's my guy, man. I truly believe he is saying that from the heart, man. Hey, you know what? Look. Let's do this. In the month of love, let's just pause for a second for those who are out here, man, who need this love right here, man. And listen to these words, man.
I got nothing but love for you, baby.
Let me see some hearts in the chat, man.
Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Come on, y'all.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. Got nothing but love for you, baby.
Yes, indeed, man. No broken hearts, man. Look, we need all of the love we can get, man. Law, I want free agent Javon Hargrave. All right, I think that he had a phenomenal season this past year. Remarkable. He helped everything out on that front for the Eagles, right? Although they couldn't touch Pat Mahomes at all. Brilliant scheme by the offensive coordinator, and also them understanding if they can get to the outside, they can run. But Javon Hargrave, I think he had 11 to 12 sacks from the interior. Shout out to him. I think that he would do wonders. His price tag, I think, is close to what let me see what his price tag is. We getting back to football, y'all, and let me see if I can pull him up right quick. Let me see how much he is, Javon, right? Javon, is it Javon or Javon? Let me see if I can find him right quick. Yeah, it's Javon. Okay. Y'all bear with me. You guys bear with me. Hail Mary, run quick, see. What do we have here now? You want to ride or die? Ride. market value. Oh, snap. He is about he 20 million at the age of 30. Nah, dog. Come on, man. I don't think the Eagles gonna pay him.
Hey, stop, thief! Come back, thief!
Hey, bro, come on now, dog.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
I don't know about this one, Coach Marv. Let me see what Payne is the same, but cheaper, man. Payne is the same, but a little bit cheaper and younger. Cause he's 30 and he's 5 years younger, man. Let me see what I can find. Deron Payne. Give me Payne, dog. Give me Payne. Y'all let me know what you rather have. Payne. Payne. Or Hargrave. Give me Payne, dog. Give me Payne. Let me know in the chat, man. But I feel you, though, Coach Marv. I feel you, man. Give me Payne, man. I think that this would be worth it. And I think that this would be the proper way to go, too, by the way. And no shade at this, man. But give me the Payne versus the other kid, man. Give me that. Let me make sure I can do the side-by-side analysis. Hold on, y'all bear with me. Boom. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to go right here again. I'm going to go right here again. Spot rack. Yeah. Give me the side-by-side. Let me see what he did from the stat. Stat live for your mind. He had 11 sacks from the interior, 37 solos, 1 forced fumble. And let me see what my guy did over here. Roll Tide. Let me see. 11.5 sacks, 33 solos, no forced fumble. I don't know, man. Hold on, let me see. Oh, Javon been more consistent, though. If you look at the overall years, 6.5 in 18, 4 in 2019, 4.5 in 2020, 7.5 in 2021. Let me see what Payne been doing. He got a shorter resume because of the age. But yeah, I mean, we can look at it that way. LT from DC, you live, fam. LT.
My bad, man. I'm glad I got on, man. First I want to just say I must admit my confusion. Man, because who do these dudes want? Who's out there for us to get as a quarterback? Huh? Who's out there for us to get as a quarterback?
Oh, as far as
you
quarterback.
Asked Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you asked Brandon. Brandon ain't say nothing. Brandon had no clue who to get. He just like, oh, just get rid of him. It's Dak.
Yeah.
That's why I sent the message. You know what I'm saying? Like,
okay.
All right, we got the quarterback. All right, that everybody don't want, but we got the play caller out. Now that we got the play caller out, and he do good this year, and take us what NFC Championship, lose, or Super Bowl and lose.
Right.
Do they regret saying what they say about that? Or he is what he is. And granted, like you said, I agree. Every year you gotta pick a quarterback. That's the top 3 things you need to pick in a draft: quarterback, offensive line, or defensive line.
Right.
Every year.
Right.
Don't matter. If these dudes keep talking like we ain't trying to make no moves.
Right.
And that's what I get pissed off at. Like this Brandon, like, oh yeah, you keep changing the goalposts. I mean, what goalpost is he standing on?
Man,
nobody knows.
It goes like this.
He don't like that.
He don't like that. But I haven't looked in these last 2 years in the playoffs. LT, we lost to the 49ers, right?
Yeah,
we lost to the 49ers. But the last time, like, name me the greatest quarterbacks and name me the top 3 greatest quarterbacks in the last 15 years in the National Football League. And I bet you're going to fall upon his name. Name me the top 3 quarterbacks in the last 3 years.
Aaron Rodgers. They keep
Matter of fact, hold on. Let's stop right there. I'm glad. Oh, I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad.
You know that's going to be the first one they say.
He going to be the first one you say.
That ain't no Super Bowl quarterback. That's the first one they going to say. Aaron Rodgers ain't won the one in years.
In 1 year.
Keep talking his name.
Shout out to you, Verdi, for paying all day. Thank you for the super chat. I'm glad you said this, LT. In the last 2 playoff games that we played in, we scored more than the greatest quarterback that's been here in the last 15 years. And his name is Aaron Rodgers. Did we score more than 10 points? Yes or no?
Oh, yeah.
So, and from my understanding, the Green Bay Packers in that year.
Get rid of that.
No, the Green Bay Packers in that year had the 3rd-ranked defense. They had the number 2 offense, top 5 offense. It was number 2 or number 3, something along that lines. Now, matter of fact, I want to be precise. They had the number 4 offense in the National Football League. They had Aaron Jones. They had Devontae Adams. They had the greatest quarterback known to man, and all he could put up was 10 points. These last 2 years, we put up more points than Aaron Rodgers. So what we are to believe is that Aaron Rodgers would have put more points if he just had changed his uniform. And they played at home.
And I was about to say, and they played in the frozen tundra. Man, get out of here, man.
It goes crazy.
Tell these people go blow that hot steam on some hot cocoa, man.
Yeah.
They lunching.
And they paying him $50 million. Aaron Rodgers. So what happened? Why didn't he elevate everybody's game?
Look, they need to be saying, "Oh, we need to find a good number 2 to pay, or a good number 1 that wants number 2 money. Oh, we need to find a offensive lineman that can play either guard or tackle. Oh, we need to find a defensive tackle, so we can stop stressing our outside rushes as much as we do." They don't say none of that. They say that, "Oh, get rid of that, get rid of this, get rid of that." All right, then what?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I don't want to go 5 years and not have a decent quarterback. I lived the years after Troy Aikman.
Yeah,
I lived them years.
No doubt, LT.
Ain't nobody say, "Oh yeah,
let me ask you this though,
the man."
LT, let me ask you this from DC. We got William Burnett, you know what I'm saying? He says, "Why are we always comparing Dak to Aaron Rodgers? Aaron has already earned his Hall of Fame jacket though in Super Bowl with 4 league MVPs." So
who you want us to trade for?
Hold on,
I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you good. No, you good. So I want you to respond to William on how come that Super Bowl champion, 4-time MVP, because the year he lost to the 49ers, he was the MVP. How come Dak quarterback, what is his excuse of not putting up more than 10 points? I need to know. I need to know. If somebody give me a valid excuse, I got $100, I'll cash app you. What was his excuse of not putting up more than 10 points? And why were we able to do it over here with a less quarterback, with less weapons, because nobody is better than Devontae Adams, right?
You know what they're going to say, Law? You know what they're going to say? "Oh, we had better talent. Packers needed better wide receiver talent. They needed better offensive line talent."
Yeah.
They always put our players up higher than what we think they got that star. So their value is going to skyrocket higher than what they supposed to be. Just know that.
Yeah.
Any Cowboy fan, they should know that.
Yeah.
Unless our number 1 star is leading in the league, then 9 times out of 10 that star is going to weigh a little bit more because he got a star on his helmet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you say, Gallup is a what? He'll be a what on another team? Noah Brown will be a what on another team?
I think Noah Brown is cut on another team. I don't think that he make a team. I think that even my guy Michael Gallup is a strong 3. And on top of that, That's all he been here. He's been the third option. We elevate him to the second option. And I'm not throwing any shade at my dog, Michael Gallup.
No, I'm not throwing shade on him. Yeah, I mean, look, we gave him. Look, we treated him we treated him a little bit better than we treated Terrence Williams when we had.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Gallup as a Terrence Williams, or just a 2.0, as you would say. That's what I give him right now.
No doubt, LT, man. Hey, to all the ladies, man, tell them happy Valentine's Day before I let you roll.
Hey, all the ladies, and look, I don't swing and I don't do the other say. Everybody that do, congratulations to you. But, you know, everybody need love on Thanksgiving. And Brandon, not on Thanksgiving, on Valentine's Day. And Brandon and Kira and all you other people that's wanting to get rid of Dak, happy Valentine's Day to you, because you obviously need some love, because you don't know where to go from that.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you,
Talk
dog.
to y'all, man.
Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed. That's LT from DC, man. I need to know the excuses, though. I'm waiting for the excuses on how come the Packers lost that game with the MVP, with a Super Bowl caliber quarterback, with Devontae Adams, right? With Aaron Jones. I need to know, with a third-ranked defense that year. Y'all look up that defense too, by the way. I need to know. I need answers. I need to know the reason why that quarterback didn't beat the 49ers at home. Why? I need to know. Somebody need to come out and explain. I need all of the Aaron Rodgers apologists to call in one day. Not today. I need for y'all to call in, though. From the 904, you're live. All right, call back 904 tomorrow. From the 907, you live.
Man, what's the deal, Law?
Nothing to it, Chief.
Man,
Talk to me.
I kind of figured he was going to pick out. I'm probably going to lose you. I'm on the road right now, but I just wanted to. I had a couple observations you were speaking on about earlier. Man, it's almost like we draft people and we just waste our draft picks. Tony Pollard, for example. We just started implementing him into our offense just this past year, when we've seen flashes before that he was a game changer.
Right.
And now we've kind of just outbid ourselves by just giving him playing time now. And this it's just not a one-off with Tony Pollard. It's with other people. Back to the Niner game, like many other callers have expressed, I was waiting to see Rico come in the game and actually take some touches.
Dowdo,
he's got the same kind of. Backup running back from Florida.
Are you talking about Florida Gator? You talking about Davis? Yeah, Malik.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Davis.
Yeah.
I was looking for him to come in because him and Tony Pollard have the same style, you know, and that right there just speaks volumes on our coordinator, which I'm glad he's gone. I called you.
Oh yeah, now, man. I lost you, man. I lost you a little bit, dog.
Man, I kind of figured, man. You can go ahead and move on, man. I just, you know, I hope that with Big Mike taking over, man, we'll see a lot more of the players being schemed in, and not, you know, just the scheme. Like,
no doubt. No doubt, man. That's a good call from 907, man. We losing him. I got my dog from the 614 Montana, man. Hey, can you give us a reason why Aaron Rodgers didn't win that game against the 49ers?
Because Aaron Rodgers is not a leader. Don't nobody want to play under dude. You see his best receiver left?
Right.
Come on, man. You know, I'm just sick of the Cowboy fan base. Like, bro, I'm going to say this one time only, man. Y'all weird. I ain't never seen a fan base who praises other teams.
Right.
And you don't even praise your own team.
Right.
Like, how are you a Cowboy fan? Get up out of here with that, man. Y'all weird, bro. And that's every day. Like, that's every day you call in. That's the first thing you talk about with your quarterback?
Yeah.
Like, he's the problem?
Yeah.
Okay. So you must not know about all the other quarterbacks Dallas had.
Yeah.
The Kellen Moores.
Yeah.
The Brand Whedons.
Testaverde, remember him? Brad Johnson, remember him?
Come on, man.
Tony Banks, baby. Cunningham. They don't remember Cunningham. He came over here.
Man, bro.
The old Cunningham.
weird. It's just weird to me, man. Like, bro, what do y'all be on, man? Like, how can you wake up in the morning time to discuss another man's pocket?
Yeah,
that man ain't waking up talking about, hey, man, you work at McDonald's. I don't think you need to be making $15 an hour.
Oh, my gosh, man.
Like, bro, like I said, man, I'm just sick of it. Like, man, I don't care what they talking about, man. Just like I said about the front office. Everything don't happen in one night. They're changing slowly.
Right.
It's a process. It takes time. That's like being a music artist. You ain't just going to blow up in one day.
Yeah.
It takes time. You got to put the work in. They putting the work in. They trying to help that because they seen what it looks like without that.
Wait a minute. Now the next angle is that they got a quarterback that's 5-1 without Dak, though. You know that you gotta.
Yeah, but come on, man, Law, man, don't do that. Do not do that.
But
I'm
you know how? Go ahead, break it down. Talk to him.
I'm
Talk
not
to him.
trying to hear that about no Cooper. I'm not trying to hear that about no Cooper Rush, man.
Talk to
I
him
don't care
though.
about him being no 5-1. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear that because we all see what that offense looked like without Dak Prescott. I don't care. It was at the bottom of the league. Bottom of the league.
Yeah.
As soon as he come in, you get the number one offense?
Right.
So you trying to tell me he's that garbage? Come on, man. Y'all missed me with that. Like I said, bro, Patrick Mahomes would not survive under no goddamn Jones, bro. He's not going to survive under 10 curl routes a series. He's not going to survive that. Like, no, not one quarterback that y'all swear to God is so goddamn elite, and y'all throw that elite word around so much. Like, bro, the era is different. The era is more soft. So who's really elite?
Man, hello, man. You know what? I ain't gonna even say it because we would never get out of this conversation pool. And you know what I'm about to say? I'm about to say something about my guy Pat, but I ain't gonna say it.
I have no disrespect or no wrong sayings about Patrick Mahomes. He fell into a good situation.
Oh my gosh, man!
It's all about situations. It's always been about situations. It's nothing different. It's always been about situations. Oh, well, Dak Prescott under Andy Reid, he won't do that. Well, why won't he? Why won't he?
Look.
Come on, bro. So you telling me that same dude, that same coach who had McNabb, bro. We're talking about
what?
Donovan McNabb.
Donovan McNabb didn't look like Donovan McNabb. Hey, when McNabb left, if McNabb wasn't under Andy Reid, he didn't look good in Washington, didn't he?
He did not look good at all. When he went to Washington, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, bro, don't get me started. I'm old enough. I've seen the greats and I've seen the downfall. So, you know, like I said, man, Dallas is headed to the right direction. You can't fire a coach who gets you back-to-back playoffs appearances. It don't matter if you lose or not.
Yeah.
Before then, you had Jason Garrett, who iced his own kicker in the game 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh, man.
Who does that? You see what I'm saying? So they're trying to change. It's not happening in one night.
Blake said McNabb was old in Washington. That's his excuse.
Man, I ain't trying to hear it.
Like Tom Brady wasn't old, Peyton Manning didn't get old. Yeah.
Those are the type of people who play fantasy football who lives in their grandma's basement. I'm not trying to hear that, man. I'm not trying to hear that, man. Like, bro, y'all shit, bro. This fan base is here.
Oh, my gosh, man.
What a guy, bro.
I appreciate you, man.
Hey, man, if y'all one of those fans who calls in every day talking about somebody's money, bro, go get a better life.
No doubt.
Go back to school and go do something about it. Because you shouldn't be talking about athletes. That's what these athletes deserve. They out here to entertain you, and they getting paid for it. You can't hate that person for it. I don't care. I don't care if Patrick Mahomes makes $500 million a year. That's not what that got to do with me. Nothing.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you,
You know what I
Montana,
mean?
man. Hey, to all the ladies, man, go ahead and tell all the ladies. I gotta let you serenade the ladies right quick, man. For the ladies, man.
I don't really do peg religions. Man.
Oh yeah. I forgot. But all the ladies, happy Love Day. You don't have to say. I already know.
No, I'm gonna go ahead and show them that because I said it to my wife this morning, and she know how I move.
Yeah.
And I said it to my wife this morning. So happy Valentine's Day to all the women out there, and all the married women and all the single women.
No doubt.
Valentine's Day to y'all.
No doubt, man. Man, I forever like my guy Montana. He put me on this dude Dan Calloway, right? And real talk, he put me on Dan Calloway. I was watching Dan Calloway, so I started doing my own independent researches and looking up things. I literally asked my people and everything. They're like, dog, boat. We was already here, Aboriginals. You know what I mean? My grandfather is full-blooded Cherokee, and shout out to him and his people. And my guy, Dane Calloway, I mean, he would go into more and more details about this and that, man. I sit there and say, all right, cool. Man, I can tell y'all, man, shout out to my guy, man, for all that he do, man. And always there for your boy, man, on other stuff, man. And that's what we do, man. That's what we do. We a big family regardless of how everything goes, man. But y'all know how it goes, man. Just in honor of my guy, Dane Calloway, man. Let me see if I can find this thing right quick, man. I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. I got a few more callers that's going to be here in a few. But, hey, y'all know how this goes. Y'all know how Law Nation rock, man. I always like to spit the truth. And regardless of how y'all feel about this and that, you know how it goes, y'all. All right, let's get my guy from the 562. You live. 562.
Law, what's the deal? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, fam. Talk to me, man.
Oh, man. First of all, Coach said it best, team sport. VIP is comedy, bro. He can come to Long Beach anytime with me. And I know what Brandon's doing, bro. He's a troll. I understand. He don't know football. He focuses on one person, so he makes it big so everybody can talk about it.
Right.
Cool. We need people like that. And the last call he said, we do got some weird fans.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie about that.
Yeah.
But on the other note, my thing is, do we go offense in the draft or defense first?
I go with BPA. I'm still with that belief. I'm still with BPA. And we still got glaring holes on the offensive line. I know offensive line is not a sexy pick, but if that's your best player available, then you go with O-line.
O-line first, okay. And then you draft another linebacker, or do you make Mike go back to linebacker and draft another defensive end?
If was it Drew Sanders? Who's the best linebacker in this draft right now? And I know we haven't did the combine and all of this. Way too soon. Who you know?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know? You don't even know. I don't even know, man. I haven't made it to linebackers yet. I'm still. I would be lying to kick it to you. Be like, yeah, man, this linebacker right here, dog. This linebacker right here.
Mm-hmm.
I would be lying to kick it with you, man. It's still way too soon, and that's why I like the off season to be what it is. It's a long off season. That's why I got mad when they do those coaches interviews.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can start doing interviews now. It won't look. Right. Whoever did the interviews during the postseason, it didn't help them out no more than having things started now versus then. So the NFL need to have these interviews now. They can go in and have all of the distractions that they can. But that's why I can't stand the NFL on that topic line there.
Go ahead. As soon as the Super Bowl ends, that's when you should start interviewing coaches.
Right. This should be the window. So, go ahead.
That should be the window. Now, I think you should sign Diggs.
Right.
Is this his last year or he has one more year on this contract?
Well, he can play this year out, but then this would be shooting yourself in the foot. Why? Because the price of the bag is going to go up. He's going to want Denzel Ward's money, right?
You know what I'm saying? For real, sign Gage now. So next year, all you got to do is worry about is what? CeeDee Lamb and Parsons? No. You worry about CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb, yeah. CeeDee Lamb and Parsons, you both got fifth-year options for them. You know.
I would pick up CeeDee's fifth year, sign Parsons, and you know what my understanding opinion? I would let J-Ron Curse go and sign Wilson.
Well, this is a contract. This is a contract year for J-Ron Curse, and I think it's about $6 or $7 million of dead money you would hit if you cut him now. So I wouldn't do that. He got a very good, easy contract. If you want to sign Wilson, you can literally cut Jordan Lewis and say who's more valuable, Wilson or Lewis. You know, and you recoup by $5 or $6 million, and you can keep Wilson.
There you go. See, I forgot about Jordan Lewis, J. Lou.
J. Lou.
Cut him, sign Wilson, and then draft, and De'Ron Bland is going to take Lewis' place, and then draft another cornerback to hopefully to secure that other side of the deal.
Yeah. And here's the thing. This is my thoughts on why you pay Diggs now versus later. We've seen where teams just drop back and look to the other side of the field, regardless of whether or not Diggs can tackle or not. He for dog sure ain't giving up multiple big plays and touchdowns. I know that Kittle play was horrible, but it shouldn't have been a play in the first place if the aficionados was really calling the game squarely. You know what I'm saying? But I would look at it like this. We may be complaining about the few missed tackles. Can you imagine having Brown on both sides? You know what I'm saying? An Anthony Brown type on both sides?
You got two Anthony Brown, or you got an Anthony Brown and Kevin Joseph on the other side. Come on, Lord. Ain't they complaining about a couple measly tackles? Nah. Sign that boy. Because you know what happened? You know what happened when they waited on Dak? Now everybody mad Dak got his money. Right. But if you would have signed Dak earlier, nobody would be mad at Dak. They wouldn't be pocket watching.
It wouldn't be pocket watching. Now he'll be due for a contract now. You know what I'm saying? You're like, well, do you pay him now $39 to $40? If you'd have went on ahead and paid Dak $25 to $28 million, which was his market value at that time, we wouldn't even be talking about this.
Exactly. But whose fault is that? The front office.
Front office. Lyle, it was very important for Lyle and Jalen Smith to get their money first. Lyle got his money and Jalen Smith got their money. That's Dak money right there. You could have paid him that. But go ahead.
Bingo. And then I was going to say, now they probably going to let Jason Peters go. Do you keep Tyron Smith as the new JP and just reshore up that offensive line?
Yeah. Tyron Smith believed that he can continue to play. Jason Peters, you're paying him for peanuts, right? So it's really not a big element against that on the cap or what have you. The problem is that $17 million that Tyron Smith is due, and you can't continue. Now you can't, if you're wise enough right here, call it crass, but it's business. I would extend Tyron Smith. Hear me out. The cap is going to grow big time next year because of the $111 billion that they're going to get from Amazon and the other $50 billion that they're going to get for sports gambling. You see, but nobody's talking about this because nobody's not looking for the future. They're looking at the now, talking about we're $7 million under. I would extend all of my people. I would cook the hell out of these books, and I would say, hey, I'm going to extend y'all. So it can take a less blow, and then when that new cap relief come in, I can get up under it. That's what I would do. Everybody with these big contracts, I extend them. Next season, the cap is going to grow. The only time that the cap didn't grow to the levels that they wanted to do because of the pandemic. And it still grew in the pandemic.
That's crazy. Lord, you're the only person that ever said that.
I appreciate you, fam. I
already know. Four-letter network. Look. Not even the four-letter network is talking like that. They all talking about the same thing like Brandon's talking about.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott. Like, bro, if you look at this, it's terrible. But Lord, I'm gonna let you go. And to all I like to say happy Valentine's to my wife. Go Cowboy Nation. And we're gonna be all right next year. We got, like old boy said, we got that bad toe up out of here.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can walk better now.
No doubt, man. Cut the toe off, man. Appreciate you, fam.
Indeed.
Yes, indeed. That's Aaron, man, my guy from the 562. But y'all get what I'm saying. I'm cooking these books. And if Jerry really want to win, man, you 80, dog. Man, I'm cooking some other stuff too. Hey, man, fly on in. I got you, man. Hey, when you go down to Arlington, I want you to take a left and take another right. Down the street, there's a trash can. You lift that trash can up. There's about $5 million under there for you. You know, I'm trying to win. Dog, I'm a billionaire with a bay. I'm cooking everything. I'm 80. I'm NFL scripted. Shoot, well, I'm gonna write y'all a script for you. Hey, man, you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Hey, you know, all of these things, shoot, I'm on my last few years. He got more years behind him than in front of him, unless he knows on how to do some other stuff that we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Reptilians, you know, maybe he know how to transfer bodies. But what I'm going to say here, I'm trying to win at all costs. Shoot, don't let me be 80 and be a billionaire. For one, if I'm 80 and I'm a billionaire, I won't be talking about this sport. I'll be somewhere in somebody's island drinking some Mai Tais and stuff like that. You know, well, Lord, man, he disappeared. Yeah, man. You know, I'm on a whole nother area right now, man. I'm beyond the ice wall. I'm retiring. You know what I mean? Yes, indeed. Y'all might not like that. What happened to Law, dog? Y'all, he gone. Law's still alive. He just changed his identity. That's just right, man. I got my guy, man, from the 206. MJ, you live. Shoot, I'm great, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, I was listening to Brandon, and Brandon still, he act like he a Philadelphia fan. This dude hates Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Yeah, he act like he hates Dak Prescott. He out there crying. He should play the music every time Brandon come on. Every time Brandon, I know everybody that on your show. Yeah, every time Brandon come on, I want you to play that music for him. Now this dude cries so much. Man, you either gonna be with the Cowboys or not. Stop talking about this man, man. This man, like I told you yesterday, when Dak Prescott first played, I went to the preseason game, and we said, oh, man, we might have found us a quarterback. And then he threw 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. We got beat by Green Bay on a lucky play by Aaron Rodgers when we should have won. And I know Brandon at that time was, and I know he was, and everybody on this station was, oh, man, we got a quarterback. And you can't tell me they didn't do that, Law. Everybody was kissing that man's asshole. Now, they turn on this man because we got that sorry turd that's in San Diego. Thank you. You can have him in San Diego. He's the problem for the Cowboys. You know what I'm saying? And look, McCarthy loved big receivers. Number 80, Brandon. He turned out the camp. I was at the camp. Law was at the camp. The guy run a 4-4. He big. He gonna turn out. Sammy gonna turn out.
Right.
Even we got Callaway. He fighting for his money to feed his family. So you know he gonna come in. That's why I say it's gonna be hard for 85 to make it. But I gotta take that back a little bit. 85 don't have to run them curl routes no
Slants. I would have Noah Brown running slants, posts.
I know. You
drag underneath. I would line Noah Brown in the backfield because he got tight end pedigree. He's a hell of a blocker. I would do a Debo. I would literally do a Debo package with Brown. Not even give him the ball, just be a lead blocker. You know, give it to the other guy. At least once or twice. Big boy.
No, look what you just said. Because I was thinking, I said, well, shit, no, it's going to be that. Then I started thinking, I said, oops. Let me put my, because you got to remember, Ohio State receivers, all of them know how to run routes.
Yeah.
They ain't running them stupid Kellen Moore curls. Everybody do a curl on 5, and the linebackers know what we doing. The safeties, they know that. The safeties don't even have to come up. I'm telling y'all, with the new run scheme we got, the new plays for the halfbacks and the fake that Dak Prescott gonna be able to do, and now we get to use number 9 on deep routes. We get to send. I know you know who's celebrating right now, y'all.
Who that?
Tolbert is celebrating because now y'all finna see his skill set. All the receivers we got, people, is after they get the ball, they get yaks.
Yeah.
We ain't got to worry about no more. So, and we might draft the receiver. So we really don't need no other receiver because now y'all finna go. It's gonna be the receivers that make this team. It's gonna be the receivers that don't drop the ball.
No doubt, man.
No doubt, man. It's coming down to that now. And then one more thing, I would love. Only thing I want for my president and for the Cowboy Nation, I would love to have 94, Mr. Payne, to be inside with Hankins.
Yeah.
And all them young linebackers will be able to flow. That's gonna make the corners there. But look, who would you draft? Would you draft the guard from Florida, or would you draft number 9, the corner from Penn State? Who you gonna get?
You play with my heart, man. You know I'm a defensive guy. And Joe Reporter Jr., man, I see him cover every blade of grass. And if he's doing that at Penn State, right, I can only imagine what he can do under the leadership of a guy like a Dan Quinn. And you mix in what you got with Diggs and Bland. I mean, come on, man. That's a no-brainer with that. And then it's hard, bro. It's hard, bro.
It's
I ain't
hard.
gonna even lie.
If we gonna get a receiver, there's so many dangerous receivers. The halfback from TCU, the halfback from Texas A&M. I want all y'all to go look at the halfback.
No, look at that dude, Zach Charbonnet, I think his name. Cabernet, I think that's his name, dog. I was looking at his film last night. I was like, yeah. Now, he do kind of run a little high, but he's physical. He's strong. He is, to me, one of the most, he's one of, not the, but he's one of the most complete backs, especially he'll work well in this system as a power back slash guy that can catch out of the backfield.
The halfback from TCU, he's fast and he's 220.
You talking about Zach? Is that Zach? What's his name? What's his last name, y'all?
Yeah, I can't think of you. You got it. That's him. That TCU halfback, cold-blooded too.
Is he Brown? What's Zach's last name from TCU? Y'all draft heads. Draft heads in the chat.
Oh, y'all. Yeah, please give it that halfback.
Yeah, from TCU.
That's the beat. Oh, and one more thing, Law. Who would you rather have? Look at the contracts. We paid $11 million for the
Zach Evans. Appreciate you. It's Zach Evans, man.
Yeah, that's the guy. But look, listen, Law. We paid $11 million for the Robbins, the tight end, and you're gonna have to pay the safety. Who would y'all rather have in the chat? Would you rather have them, or would you rather have Payne? That's the $20 million right there. I'd rather have Payne, baby.
Oh man, give me
Payne. Go with Mike.
Man. Oh my gosh,
give me Payne.
Man. Look, this is the reason why. Look, this is a copycat league, man. And Hassan Reddick, shout out to him and what he did, and Sweat and all of those boys, but they were able to eat because of the interior pressure, man. Look, man. Oh yeah, I like Gibbs too, man. I like Gibbs, Jeremiah Gibbs, man, or Jeremiah Gibbs. Yeah, I like him too. But man, appreciate you, man. I'm gonna look up Miller tonight though too.
But last two, it's happy every day because you wake up. That's from the Most High. Shalom, Yahweh, Jesus Christ. That's my Valentine's for. I don't do pagan holidays.
No doubt, man.
Y'all.
Thank you, man.
Shalom.
Let me hear you say it. Let me hear you say it, though.
How about them Cowboys and Brandon? Here go the crowd music. Do it for Brandon.
Man, that was a good call today, y'all, man.
That's where the guts went. Just dropped them.
I envision one day I do this like live at a nice little location where I have all of y'all physically there, man, and we can go over those. I'm gonna look up Miller tonight, and I'm gonna reach out to my guy that got that all 22 clips, and I'm gonna see. But Miller, let me know which games I need to look at too. I need some cheat codes from y'all. When y'all give me some homework assignment, I need to know the good games, one good game, two bad games. That's how I like to look at it. Give me the bad so I can see how they were able to do in bad games. I'm not a draft head guy. I'm an individual college guy. Like, I look at the player. Some people be like, they already in tune. They know everything about Bama, right? Because they follow Bama. They know everything about Georgia because they follow Georgia. They watch every game, every blade of tape. They looking at it, right? Or every blade of grass out there that's on the field. That's what I meant to say. Some people like my guy Choctaw, when he say, Law, look at this dude from Ohio, I'm looking at him. I'm paying close attention to him because I know that he watched every single Ohio State game. He watched it. And he knows that the reason why this guy had a bad game because his knee was hurt, right? Some people that don't watch it all don't understand that somebody's mama died that day. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody then got, caught with a little something on his person. You know what I'm saying? And they watching the game without context. So I look at that stuff too, man. Tank Bigsby, I see you, fam. So y'all give me some homework assignment and tag me into your mock drafts on Twitter. Do all of those things, man. Choctaw said I watch every single college game. Yeah, and one can argue college game is purer than the NFL because you don't have all of the red tape, the political agendas and things like that. So you may get true, real football when you watch college versus the NFLs and pros. There's really no way that you can gauge off of the Illuminati stuff, man, that they do by cooking the books and things like that. I do like Spears, though. Jason Garrett. How you doing, guys? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you, Jason Garrett. So, yes, man, college football is purer. It's more of like, hey, will versus will, talent. You see a lot of schemes in there because you just can't be running hooks and flat routes and things like that and curl routes on the college level. And when you lose on the college level or the collegiate level, sure, them boosters going to start talking. And them college kids going to get drunk, and they're going to have a riot out there, man. Shoot, yeah. Shoot. Look up Cedric Tillman, wide receiver, Tennessee. Yeah, he's one of my guys, too, that I looked at when I was looking at Jalen Hyatt tape. So, yeah. Appreciate y'all, man. Shout out to you, Driven. Say, got me. Appreciate you. Jesus. Thank you. All right, y'all, I'm going to get on up out of here, man. I know I went over my time. Hey, I would not be able to do the final word tonight because I will be serenading the ladies over here. Like I said, I'm outnumbered, man. I got 3 ladies in the house, man. So it's going to be one of those things that you guys know. But I really appreciate y'all so much. That's why I went a little bit over. I thought I was just going to jump in and jump out real quick. But I'm going to be with the ladies tonight, so no final word with me. Now, I don't know if Big Game James, Boss Cowboy, the OC, I don't know if they still going to rock it, but I got to be with them ladies, the honey-do list. I got reservations, baby. So I really appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all to the moon and back. Be sure to hit that like button, share this content. Let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when they want to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Yes, indeed. So for those who are out there that understand that, if you can, be with the loved ones, romantic law. You know what I'm saying? Close the door. I have something you've been waiting for. I waited all my life. Thank you. Just to hold you in my arms. Shout out to Nutty Professor, baby. Yeah, I'm going to take care of those ladies, man. I don't have a junior. Don't have me to have a junior tonight now. Junior Law, baby. Yes, indeed. Write this down. Write this down. If you need a quick haiku for your lady, say this to her. If I can be anything in this world, I will be the tears that was born in your eyes, lived on your cheeks, and died upon your lips. And then you put the red light specials in. Yes, indeed. That haiku brought to you by Law Nation Sports. That's a wild thing right there. Yeah. But how's your determination? How strong are you? What is your mental mindset? I say this in closing all the time. Write this down. Shout out to the mighty. Shout out to those who support the nation. Shout out to the Most High. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired of it, and it makes you all hold all of the things tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, oh, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, and scargacity, with the faith, hope, and love, and full tenacity. If neither cold poverty or famish or fame or sickness or body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of all, you will get it. And that's right, y'all.
Lao Tzu says, free from desire you realize the mystery.
Shout out to you, Sadiq.
In desire you see only the manifestation.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna take me some wine with that one, Sadiq. Thank you. Yes, indeed. The wine for your mind, baby. Close the door. Thank you. DC for life, man. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best of hits and oldies, Magic 9720, The Fan. One love to y'all, man. Peace and blessing. Shout out to everybody that's born this month, the month of love. So we would know what y'all did when y'all babies come out in November.
Don't give up the fight. Everything will be alright on any given Sunday. Yeah, depend on you. If you win or lose, you know you got to pay some dues to live on Monday. Yeah.
No doubt, man. That's Uncle Charles there, man.
I just wanna run it up. Kind of check or something.
So 9 times out of 10, if you born in November, ooh, mama and daddy was getting it on in February. Shout out to all of the November babies. Gary Stokes, Cash Money, my guy, Mr. 316. Appreciate you. Come on. Hey. Shout out to you, Junebug. Appreciate you. Come on. Credits. Let's roll those credits. Appreciate you for the super chat. Jay Versick, Melvin Baldwin, Robert Howard, Tavis Banks, Alex, Jamie. Appreciate you. Perez, Erica, Coach Mar, Truth Only. It's Y-Man, Sam, a.k.a. Landlord Wakanda, Verde, Ken Art, and Sadiqwa. Come on. Call it too legit.
I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah.
Got breaking news.
We answered. I talked up. I thought we had it. But it goes to show you who's the better team. And I'm sticking Cowboys.
You're crying.
Why you crying, dog?
I'm hurt. I love my Eagles. I don't believe it.
You gonna flap the hat one more time for the Eagles for the hard fight they did?
Let's go Birds, fly, Eagles, fly. Still Super Bowl champs for now.
Y'all thought I was gonna let it go. Hey, Law, man, why you let him go? Why you ain't gonna let off on them boys, man? Hey, man, the Super Bowl gone. It's gone now, man. They done lost, man. Can you release the pressure, man? Hey, man, it made me look younger, man. You know, I'm. One more time. Hey, on my way out, man, you know what really tickled me? That argument is that at least we made it there. At least we know what it feels like of going to the Super Bowl and winning one. Y'all didn't feel that when y'all was young or what have you. Last time y'all felt that was when y'all was like in y'all teens or babies. Some of y'all was never born. But one thing I can tell you for sure, two things for certain. You're right. I definitely don't know what it feels like to lose in a Super Bowl. I don't know what it feels like to cry, and I don't want that feeling. So if you want that, you can have that. Big dog over here, man. Let me get on up out of here. Hey, man, you should have more respect for them, Law. You know, hey, this is the greatest one of all, man. When I hear this from the outside, hey, Law, I lost all type of respect for you. Look, I didn't want your respect in the first place. FBI, open up! I wasn't looking for your respect, you know. Eagles fans talking about, I lost all respect. This is what they said. How dare you? Hold on. I lost all respect for you, Law. This is a serious matter, y'all. Yo, the homegoing services presented by Fletcher Cox. Y'all already know how this goes. Law, you burnt up, man. You thought I was gonna take it lightly on them. They booed my quarterback. They booed the playmaker, Michael Irvin, you know. They talk Donkey Kong side stuff. They threw batteries at Santa Claus. Come on, baby. What you think?
Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
Law, you should be nice to them. Again, baby. Yeah. Come on, y'all. And you. Like they gonna take it easy on us, man. Come on, y'all. Snowballs at Jimmy Johnson. They tried to take Troy Aikman out. Who remember that? The original Bounty Gate. They don't know about that. Player 2, I follow. Thank you. Oh, real talk. Pay Jalen Hurts. The brother deserves every penny. $60 million should be the floor. Pay Jalen Hurts. And another one. Pay that man. Because y'all said he was MVP. Y'all said he's a franchise quarterback. Pay that man. He's MVP. He was robbed. Well, pay him MVP money. Hit you all alone. Pay that man. Pay that man his coins. if they don't pay that man his coin. Negotiations started at $50 million. The negotiations should start at 50.
If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far. So far, so far. If a paper crane can fly, then forever doesn't feel that far.
Lao Tzu says, free from desire you realize the mystery. Cloaked in desire you see only the manifestation.
Fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on, fly on.
Hush your mouth, man. The Super Bowl over with.
Why, this motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle, he don't miss.
No.
In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
And nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that. Because you don't know who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet, who you're going to meet.
Until next time. Pay Herbs. Pay and do hurts. One love, man. DC for life, not for short. Salute. Pay the man.